dragon, rock dragon, come get Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, Dragon, Rock Dragon, come get me. Dragon, Dragon, Rock Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, Dragon, Rock Dragon, come get me.
Yo, welcome to Real Figures. This is episode number 2. My name is Omar V. Got an awesome show today, guys. But yo, man, couldn't start the show without paying respects to the legendary manga artist Kiri Toriyama. As you guys know, if you guys were anywhere near social media yesterday, man, you guys probably came across the sad news of his passing, man, at the tender age of 68. Man, it's fairly young for anybody, you know. I don't want to get too much into it, but I definitely wanted to pay respects to him, man. It was a big part of my childhood was Dragon Ball Z. As a lot of people's childhood was, just going through like the social media posts yesterday, it was kind of eye-opening to see how many people actually enjoyed his work over the years, and I hope continue to enjoy it, man, in his passing and continue to honor his legacy, man. Because like I said, it was a big part of my childhood. Funny enough, it was like early on when I first came across the Dragon Ball Z series, it was actually in Spanish. As we didn't really have cable growing up or anything like that, but they had that on Telemundo. But funny enough, it was like airing during the time when me and my brother would have to be at school, so it was something we only got to enjoy kind of like during spring break or winter break or summer break, or like days that we were just kind of homesick and our parents let us stay home and stuff. But yeah, man, over the years we ended up getting cable. Toonami was a big part of a lot of people's childhood, man, and that's kind of where I got introduced to it, man. And it being such a popular series, it was actually my introduction to anime. And to this day, like I still look at it, and every time I see Goku or a character from that series or anything like that, that franchise it's still kind of heartwarming to see, man. So don't want to dive too much into it, man. But like I said, I did want to pay respects to him, and yeah, man. Let's start the show though, man, because I got an awesome show packed for everybody. But before that, I want to say what's up to the chat, man, because the chat's already jumping, and people are in here. People are here for it, man. My man, Mr. Ortega, let's fucking go, bro. Come on, Ortega, change that Luffy avatar, bro. At least once for Goku, my man. Andy's is in the house, my man. Andy's, what's up, bro? What's good with you, man? Will Flo is in the building. Whoa, Will Flo, what up, bro? What's good with you, bro? What's popping, man? My man, Future Rick, he said, my fucking feels, man. You need Chala. It's Chala net. Yeah. I don't know, man. That definitely sucks kind of coming across that news yesterday, man. But like I said, I hope people continue to enjoy his work and honor his legacy and stuff like that. And even for people that never really caught the series, man, I hope they kind of give it a shot, eventually. And then maybe they enjoy it. Maybe it was something that just didn't catch their attention at the time. But like I said, for me, it was something that I quite enjoyed, man. Me and my brother kind of grew up, and it was funny enough, like going to school. I remember during the time when I was really big into it, like my mom switched school, we switched schools, and ended up transferring to another school. And none of the kids in my class liked it, man. I ended up becoming friends with this one kid, and I got him into it. But it was always kind of crazy to see that there was just a bunch of people that were against it, man. Hopefully one day maybe those people kind of came around, but if not, like I said, I feel like his creations and his work kind of will live forever, man. But let me continue on with the chat, man, before I make that the whole show, you know what I mean? Darth G's in the building. Yeah, what's up, Darth? What's good with you, my man? Liquid, my man Richard, what's popping, bro? What's good with you, man? 8 and Skates in the house. Yo, 8, what's up, bro? But yeah, guys, like I said, man, got an awesome show. Got a little bit of some pickups today. Got toy news and that segment that I was talking about last week, man, Real Talk. It's actually going to revolve around toys this time, man. So I hope you guys are ready to give your honest opinions and stuff like that, because I know I got mine. But yo, let me get into my pickups, man, because I did get some cool stuff in this week. No, a lot of people have been posting these that they've been getting them, man. I myself, I had to go in for them, man. The Accessory Fight for Glory, Combatants of Glory, something like that. But yeah, this is the Cassos. So yeah, at first I thought I was only gonna get one, man, but these dudes are so fucking gnarly that, like, dude, 5K Toys had a great deal on them. Like I think two for price was like 128 shipped or something like that for me. So it wasn't bad, man. So definitely had to go in for this one. And like I said, it was 2 of them. So there he goes. And then I got the other one, the black dude. So this is fucking awesome toys. They move really well, man. Like surprisingly, it's like buttery smooth. It's not. When I first saw them, I was like, man, you know what? I'm not really familiar with their products. So I was like, these dudes could be a little bit bulky, you know? I mean, a little bit like brittle and stuff like that. I don't know why. That's kind of like the feel I get whenever I look at solicitations and stuff like that. But getting them in hand, man, I'm like, dude, I hit up Boncho because I know he's big on the line, and I honestly think I'm gonna double up, man. I think I want to get another 2 just to kind of sit on ice because these things they're beautiful, man. They got a little bit of soft goods right here on like the skirt pieces. Weapons are pretty dope, man. You know, got 2 axes, nothing crazy. I didn't put the hooves on them. I thought I was gonna like the hooves better, but a little bit harder to stand for me, you know. And I don't know. I just kind of like the look of this like half bull, half man type. So that's pretty much all I got. But yo, as always, let me know what you guys are picking up in the chat, man. I know my man Richard's always got the sick hauls, bro. That dude's always fucking he's always got a bunch of dope stuff, man. I love seeing his pictures on Instagram too. He's always taking desk pics. I got a better one on my hell yeah, bro. Super Saiyan. I'm something of a Super Saiyan myself. I was watching 3POA. I put that one out there. Rojo in the house. Yo, Rojo, man. That Wonder Woman is on its way to you, my man. I hope it gets there soon. I was hoping it would get there by today, but BBTS is a little slow on the shipping some of the time, so it's all good. My man Tyler L in the house. What up, Ty? What's good with you, bro? Wavy, what's the deal, fellas? Yo, Wavy. We have to talk about a figure coming up, bro. I want your opinion on it, man. But yo, like I said, let me know what you guys are picking up, man. Let me know in the chat if there's something that the other people might want to check out or anything like that, man. I always like to see that everybody kind of interacts with each other, like on Instagram and on social media and stuff like that, and it's kind of cool, you know. So it's kind of cool to know that this chat is kind of open like that, and people are kind of cool with each other and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because get a little bit serious some of the times, man. But this is supposed to be fun, you know. But yo, like I said, got a lot of stuff to kind of go over, and let's just jump into it, man, because it's got to be a quick show, man. Kicking it off with the toy company of the year last year, man, McFarlane Toys. As you guys know, this guy's got his hand in a lot of different lines, Warhammer being one of them, man. This kind of came up on Warhammer Relics, I think. Believe that's the name of the site. I think they were just kind of promoting like different kind of products coming up for Warhammer in the next coming months. And obviously, man, along with Joy Toy, McFarlane's got his hands in this IP, and he's producing some pretty dope figures, man. I myself have not picked up any of them. But this Gene Stealer, from what I've heard, is actually one of the better releases, man. Not just for this line, but for all of McFarlane Toys, man. Just the articulation that's gone into it, man. Obviously, he had to kind of reuse the sculpt. I know he did like an artist proof series in the last one, but this looks like I don't want to call it an updated version. It kind of reminds me of Zoidberg from Futurama. Got the little tentacle action coming out of his mouth and stuff, so that looks pretty cool. But yeah, I've never picked it up, man. I've seen it a few times at Target. They were actually going for relatively cheap. I think they were like $12. So, you know, along with it being a decent army builder, it's at a great price, you know. So I definitely saw a lot of people picking this up. Anybody in the chat going in for any of these, man? I know my man Pac Photos, I haven't seen him in here, but I know he's actually kind of big on the line now. I mean, he's actually kind of diving into some of this stuff. And yeah, like I said, across the board, every time I see this on Instagram, a lot of people really dig this figure, man. It lends itself to also customizing, man. Like even if you're not attached to the lore, it's just a solid army builder, man. And as I said, he's always kind of putting out these artist proof series, and I know Warhammer's kind of big on customization, so I think kind of Todd is kind of doing it right, man. Doing it right by the Warhammer fans with this stuff right here, man. But moving on from there, we got the Blood Angel Sergeant Reaver. Believe this is one of the factions in Warhammer, man. Shout out to Fighting Codenames, dude. That guy actually sent me a Joy toy that was a Blood Angels, and that thing is pretty dope, man. It's not something that I particularly collect, like as far as Warhammer, but it was kind of cool to finally get my hands on one of them, man, because I just wasn't familiar with anything Joy toy or anything like that. But they are cool. Like every time I see people kind of posting them up, I think they're awesome. I gotta wonder though, are they really content with the 118 stuff, or is the Todd stuff just kind of out of the question to ever kind of pick up? Because like to me, I don't know, man. These two strike me as like chunkier type of characters, and I feel like McFarlane, that's like his selling point. You know, it's just like that chunky, beefy type of figure. And I don't know, just the aesthetics of these guys. I would think, you know, you would want a bigger figure. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they're not gonna move as well as the Joy Toy stuff. So you know, that's kind of, you know, left up to debate. What do you want to do with these guys? You know, exactly. Because as far as I know, I don't think these dudes are like crouching down too much or anything like that. But like I said, I'm not really familiar with Warhammer, man. I do know this is wave number 8. This is wave number 8 for McFarlane Toys as far as the Warhammer goes. And the headliner of this wave right here is this Iron Warrior, I think it's called, man. And just looking at this thing, I was actually kind of, I don't know, maybe thinking about purchasing this thing. I don't know where I could kind of fit in my collection, because like I said, I don't really know anything about Warhammer or collect anything like it. But I think this is just cool, man. Just looks like a solid army builder. It even looks like a hell, like robot soldier type. You know, you could probably fudge it into like a Spawn shelf or something like that. And I don't know, man. I always kind of feel like these types of figures are like Todd's bread and butter. He just likes like these, like, you know, beefy, demonic, you know, evil type of looking dudes, you know, robotic, monstrous type of characters. So I feel like he's doing it right, man. Sculpts look pretty nice, you know, the paint job looks pretty thorough and everything like that. I even like the pauldron on this guy. He's got like that like caution little aesthetic going on right there. So that looks pretty dope. Chaos Marines are crazy. Is that what this shit's called? Yeah, those four Warhammer 40K from Todd is great. Personally, I use the Gene Stealers mostly. Okay, so yeah, you've picked up some of these Gene Stealers. So right on, man. Like I said, man, Liquid's always picking up a lot of dope stuff. My man Dark Bulb in the house. What up? What up, DB? Let's get you, bro. What's Rojo saying? Recently doubled on the weird mouse and bull from XC Toy. Oh, okay. He's talking about what he's getting, man. Yeah, like I said, those weird mouse, I've seen those Axie toys. Those things looking kind of gnarly. I think I saw a Jay Hernandez review one of them, and yeah, that thing looks actually pretty dope, man. Might have to check one of those out. Definitely got a certain type of aesthetic, man. I don't know if I collect a lot of that stuff. A lot of that stuff's a little bit too scary for me, but they do look cool, and I know the soft goods on them are looking pretty stellar, man. So that's pretty dope. Who else we got up in here? My man Deep in the house. Yo, what's good? Yo, Deep, what up, man? Talking a little Toddy Mac, bro. This is the meat and potatoes of the show, man. As you know, I like to start off with the bangers. But moving on from there, man, moving away from Warhammer, moving into the Page Punchers DC line, man. DC Direct, we got Page Punchers Ghost of Krypton Superman. I gotta say, man, this shit looks like it'll fudge right in with that Warhammer shit, man. This shit looking kind of fucking crazy, bro. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on in this comic book, but yo, Clark looks fucking, even without the armor, this suit looks kind of jacked the fuck up, man. It's got a lot going on right there, man. And the size of his shoes, I don't know if I like that. Or like his boots or whatever, his feet. I don't know what's going on here, man. But I do like the head sculpt on him, man. A little bit of a more of a pronounced jawline and stuff, but I think it's a good head sculpt for Clark, man. I think it'll go good on a few Superman, because there's some Supermans out there that got some weird looking head sculpts, man. It's like some super weird ones, like that Happy Superman, that Old Man Superman that cost $40. Like, I think you could throw this head sculpt on a lot of different soups out there that you might have accumulated from Todd. Not a bad looking head sculpt at all. I don't know if it's worth the price, and does have a little bit of soft goods action going on right there, if you could call it that. More of a tissue, I guess. Rojo, he's like, what's Robot Skeleton character's name? I have 3 of those. Ah, you have 3 of these guys. All right. Oh, maybe not these guys. The other guys. I have no idea, Rojo. Like I said, those Warhammer, that's, man, I got to really dive into that stuff to kind of learn more about it, man. But like I said, it's popular. It's definitely growing popularity, man, by the day. And I think Henry Cavill is tied to doing a series soon or something like that. I believe it's Amazon, or Netflix. Be on the lookout for that, man, because I know that guy is dedicated to whatever he kind of signs on for, man. But going back to this, man, any of you guys interested in the Superman? Because like I said, it's got a lot going on in this shit, man. A lot going on. Like, man, if he wasn't Superman, I would question if he could even fucking move. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? You know? It is a 4-issue miniseries, so this would be issue number 1 if you're interested in going in for it. And yeah, man, if you're interested in going in for the whole wave, issue number 2 to me looks like the banger, man. We got Brainiac right here. And I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not familiar with anything going on inside of this comic book, but to me, this looks like I said, like something that Todd could definitely pull off great, man. I think the sculpt on this looks pretty dope. Yeah, might need a little bit of a wash, maybe like a silver paint job on it, a little bit of a, like the hand of the touch of a customizer would definitely make this thing stand out a lot more, man. But even if you don't use this as Brainiac, I feel like this is a good army builder, man. This thing looks pretty freaking gnarly. Get fit into all kinds of stuff, man, like cyberpunk, obviously superhero, like all kinds of shit, man. The one thing that was kind of like I was kind of wondering about though is how stable it might be, because just kind of looking at it from the side, those ankles are gonna have to be pretty fucking tight, man. Like that shit is gonna have to be pretty tight, along with the knees and the hip joints. Like I don't know, man. That's that's one of the things that I was looking at. Like, damn, is this thing gonna be able to stand? I would hope so, man. But dude, I have picked up the Violator from him before, and dude, man, for the life of me, I can't get that thing to stand up without putting something in front of it or behind it, because like, man, it kind of has like the same type of like leg, like build quality, I guess you could say, like the shape of it. And sometimes the knees will give out, sometimes the ankles will give out, and obviously that's a heavier figure, so you got to like kind of take that into account. But just like the style of it, man, like it just, I don't know, I'm kind of concerned about that. So I wouldn't run to buy multiples of these. I'd probably wait to see a review on it or something. But then this is something that could probably happen over time that you might not even notice on a review. Somebody might just give you like a first in hand looks of it and stand it up, and then over time it might fall over. You don't really know. But I think this figure is pretty dope, man. I thought this one was probably the star of this wave, because from there we move on to Val Zod, Superman from Earth 2. Also with the soft goods cape, you could call it that. This definitely looks like some tissue paper. And same thing, man. Like I wouldn't mind this character in action figure form, but it's just something about this suit that I'm just not feeling, man. It just don't like it at all, man. His feet too, it looks like he's wearing some kind of like clown shoes or something. It's just not particularly fond of it at all, man. Any of you guys picking these up? Any you guys see anything that you're interested in? Oh, you mean the green one? Yeah, Necrons. That motherfucker's still talking 40K. Todd and I hate Superman. That's why. That must be it. Yeah, true. Mr. Ortega, nothing can stop the Todd machine. the machine keeps on rolling, man. Y'all motherfuckers love 40K. I had no idea there's so many 40K fans in the house, man. The denim suit. Yeah, there you go. That's a Canadian tuxedo right here. Yeah, I don't know. That's an easy pass, but I think this is probably the worst figure of the way, man. We have the Ghost of Zod. Little bit of a translucent type of like plastic that he's got going on, but man, I think this thing looks ugly as shit, man. Maybe it's not Todd's fault that it's like an action figure, but like just the design on this character just doesn't look good, man. Like I don't know, it just it has like a crusty look to it. I just not a fan of it at all, man. When I saw this thing, I was like, fucking Todd, what are you on this week, bro? Because like I said, man, it's a lot of the times he's got his hands in a lot of different lines. So it's like, man, you kind of gotta wonder like how stretched are his designers, because man, dude, he's doing like Warhammer stuff, he's doing some Disney stuff, he's doing DC stuff, all, like out of multiple DC lines, his Spawn line, so I don't know, man, Demon Slayer, all kinds of stuff. And also, I'm not really 100% sure who's like writing these comics and how that kind of comes about, but they are DC comic books. So, if you're specking on that stuff, I guess you can kind of pick these up. These would be exclusive to the figures. But yeah, I don't know, man. Something about the design of this Zod right here, or Ghost of Zod, is just not like it at all, man. When I saw this, I thought this thing was pretty trash looking. Something that I noticed about the Page Punchers line though is that they do go on sale for relatively cheap, man. I don't know if it has to do with the comic book that they have to print so many. But yo, man, all of them I've seen go for like 11, 12 bucks, man. I actually picked up the Black Adam that was the Page Punchers like about a year ago. 12 bucks on Amazon, man. So they're relatively cheap if you're interested in never going in for them. And I feel like that would be the move for one of these, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're interested, probably wait, give it like about a few months, and you might see a good discount on some of these, especially this one, man. I feel like this one. I feel like this one's gonna sell out. If any of them sell out, I feel like it'll be this one, and maybe the Supes, because I think that head sculpt on Superman is pretty decent, man. Like I said, it's a little bit more of a pronounced jawline, but looks pretty good. I like it. More of an angry style suit, so he's ready. He's ready fucking for business, man. That looks pretty cool. But moving on from there, man, did not stop with Todd right here, man. Moving into his DC multiverse line, dude. Today and yesterday, absolute banger reveals from Todd, man. We got a brand new Aquaman. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of the Page Punchers Aquaman. Funny enough, I think it was something cold or something like that. But that one was infamous for the eyes to the side head sculpt, where this one has like a more straight-eyed face portrait and stuff. I think the head sculpt looks great on this, man. And like I said last week, I think I was in, or 2 weeks ago, I think I was in for that classic Aquaman. But I think I want this head on that body, so it's kind of sucks that I would have to buy 2 Aquaman. But I think this figure looks pretty freaking dope, man. So you kind of kick this wave off. This is a Plastic Man build a wave. And yeah, he kicked it off pretty strong with this one, man. I was like, whoa, all right, another Aquaman, pretty cool. Like, you would think probably wouldn't be as excited, but like I said, I like this head sculpt a lot better. And even the body, like his different kind of body style, like I like it. I thought this was a pretty dope reveal. But he didn't stop there, because next up we got Superman Blue. So fucking 90s with this shit, man. Pretty shit storyline too, if you're ever kind of familiar with it. Kind of dumb, you know what I'm saying? But here it is, man, action figure form. And was I fucking dreaming, or did I imagine Mafex reveal this? I tried looking it up and I was like, wait, was that a dream that I had, or like a rumor or something that I kind of came across? Not 100% sure, man, but I tried looking it up and I was like, man, maybe that was something else. Maybe that was like fucking Eradicator or something like that. But I could have sworn that they revealed this in Mafex. But yo, if not, Todd's right here with it, man. Yo, KJ in the house. Highly Posables, KJ. What's up? What's up? Let's go with you, KJ. Welcome to the show, man. But yeah, I thought this figure was a banger, man. And I was talking to my man Will Flow earlier, man. And yeah, we're wondering, where's Superman Red? Rumor is that might be a chase, guys. So if you're interested in kind of picking that one up, man, you might have to pay the iron price, bro, because those chase variants are going for a lot on eBay, man. Like I said last week, Rojo won the prize, and I shipped out a Wonder Woman chase variant. That thing is going for like $100, man. And not far behind it is the Catwoman from the movie, the Nolan verse. So that one's going for like about $80. I got one of those on BBTS, but I had to pay $40 for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, at least he's getting people with these chase variants, man. And it's kind of crazy that people would pay over $40 for something like that, but there's something about it, man. Like, that's when companies put out the chase variant, it's like, you think that's like a stupid gimmick, but man, dude, like, people are rabid for that shit, man. So I don't know what it is about certain, releases, but some of them do look better. And honestly, if this is a chase, I think this would be a little bit of a shittier chase, because I feel like you have to have both of them. I feel like the Superman Red shouldn't be a hard thing to acquire, because if you only pick this one up, I don't know, man, that's gonna look kind of stupid in your collection. I personally think, you know what I'm saying? You definitely would have to get the red one. But if there's no guarantee on the red one, it's like, oh man, you might be stuck with this one, It is on I believe this is the the Blue Beetle buck. So a lot of people that I've noticed really like this buck. If it's used for the right character, because I think that $40 Kid Flash that's on his website exclusive doesn't fit him, man. He just looks a little bit too big, a little bit too buff. You wouldn't want him on the smaller body, but I feel like for this Superman, it's gonna look really good. Super like smooth body, just superhero aesthetic to him. I think it's gonna look pretty dope, man. So 2 for 2 on this wave, man. I think this is a banger wave. And then from there, not far behind, obviously, my man Will was like, another Batman. Come on, man. You know who's making these toys, bro. Move on to a brand new Batman. Yeah, I really try to say brand new about this shit, man, but this is reuse. It looks like this whole wave is pretty much reuse, man. We have the Batman. I believe this was a 3 Jokers Batman with like an 89 Batman like paint job on him. Looks pretty goddamn good, man. Looks pretty fucking good. Like, a simple paint job, man, can do wonders. And it's kind of crazy that Batman can do that. You can get the black and gray, you can get the blue and gray. this 89 like classic paint job is just, I don't know, every time you see it, it just stands out too. You know, it's like really kind of cool to kind of look at it. Never picked up that Three Jokers Batman, so I think I might have to go in for this one, man. Considering that the build the figure is pretty fucking dope. Um, this is probably the sleeper figure for a lot of people, or the one that they're gonna pass on a lot. If they're not really interested, they might try to just acquire the Bat piece. Cause yeah, like Will was saying earlier to me, man, it's another Batman. It doesn't really kind of generate as much excitement, rightfully so. I mean, I don't know how many Batman the guys has made, but you know, it's become a meme at this point. You know what I mean? Any of you guys picking any of these up so far, man? You guys interested in this wave so far, or just a few of them? Because like I said, I always talk Todd up, but I do understand he isn't like a lot of people's favorite line. I do get that, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, last year I feel like, yo, man, he's getting the ball rolling in the right direction, and I feel like this year he's kind of starting off pretty strong too, man. It's not falling short here, man. Because from there we move on to another Green Lantern. This time John Stewart, a little bit more of a classic look, man. I actually like the last head sculpt on the last John Stewart, so I think I'll just do a head swap on it. But man, to me, this is a 4-for-4 wave, man. This is another all wave that I'm gonna go in for, man. Like, dude, I don't think I've ever would have bought full waves of Todd until like just this past year and then this year right here, you know. That Mr. Freeze wave was a freaking banger wave that a lot of people went in for, not just Todd collectors, but just toy fans in general. They went in for that, you know. So I feel like he's coming out swinging, man, my man Todd. Because even if you're not interested in any of these, this fucking Plastic Man is fucking off the hook. Here we have the bath, and yeah, man, this thing looks freaking awesome, dude. As soon as this thing went up, man, it just caught a lot of attention because it's just how good it looks, you know. Um, I like the photography right here that they did right here on the right with the like the extra arm or some shit, or like the hand or some shit turning or some shit. It's kind of weird, but this thing was pretty freaking dope, man. Like I said, we're probably gonna have to go in on this whole wave right here, man. So that's probably gonna cost a pretty penny, but I think this thing looks pretty awesome. Um, what are you guys' thoughts on it though, man? Would you guys have wanted to see this as just a single release, or are you guys fine with the whole wave? Or do you guys plan on kind of just buying it through eBay, pieces here, pieces there, maybe? Because I don't know, a lot of people are not really, like I said, too keen on my man Todd. So it would kind of suck to have to kind of buy some stuff you don't really want. But I think this figure looks freaking great. Surprised he didn't do it as a Walmart exclusive for the blue one, and as a Mr. Ortega said, red one for Target. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true, Ortega. They do that. Need that Superman blue. Oh, really? Yeah. Are you going in for the whole wave, Will? Or are you just interested in the Superman blue? Because yeah, that would be, yeah, that would have been actually not bad. You know, I mean that would have came with a fair amount of gripes too. I don't think a lot of people are always too content kind of going to Walmart for one and then you know Target for another. But you know, if it's that or a Chase, I think I would rather have that because even though a lot of people aren't fond of getting like Walmart exclusives, they have gotten better over time. And we do have Walmart Collector Con coming up next week, so hopefully, you know, everybody's kind of looking at what they want and are able to get it, man. Because yo, those servers might crash from what I've seen, you know, from the excitement that I've seen at least online for some of this stuff, man. So hopefully everybody could kind of get what they want, and yeah, you know, Todd's obviously going to be doing business with these guys a lot all the time. You know, these are like the toy retailers now. Now that there's no Toys R Us, it's Walmart and Target, and that's basically who you got to play ball with, man. You know, so Todd knows how to play ball, bro. I think he's gonna do all right, man. But like I said, probably going all in for this wave right here, man. As soon as it goes up for pre-order, I believe it goes up for pre-order next week on Wednesday. So if you're interested, man, and you've been paying attention to how fast some of this stuff is selling out at least for the pre-orders, be on top of it, man. I'll try to share the links in the Discord, and yeah, just be on the lookout for these if you're interested, man, because it is the year of lower runs, man. So not gonna be catching a lot of stuff on clearance from what I've been hearing, man. So be on the lookout. From there, though, we move on to Mattel. Another figure going up for pre-order next week. We have the new Eternia Snout Spout. This is gonna be a Mattel Creations exclusive. kind of sucks, man. I don't like Mattel Creations exclusive because of the shipping, man. You're kind of forced to buy something and pay a little bit over retail price just because of the shipping. Um, I don't know. I had to kind of go through the site to see what else I might be interested in going in for, but I think this figure looks pretty dope. Did get to see this figure at SDCC as it was in the booth, and a lot of people finally got a preview of it. Finally going up for pre-order, man. So if you're interested, it's going to be $33 on the Mattel Creation side. I believe this goes live Tuesday. 33 bucks, not bad. But like I said, if you're paying $10 shipping, you're pushing this thing up to like $50. It does have an articulated snout. I know the vintage figure had like a water throwing action. I don't think it's gonna do that right here. I think they're just gonna do the little water effect right here. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Better than nothing. But this figure looks pretty gnarly, man. Like I said, the new Eternian line is the line I'm collecting for MOTU. So I feel like I'm kind of like obligated to get this, man. And I just hate that feeling some of the times. But it's just it's a way to kind of lock in pre-orders for their site and I guess guarantee that something doesn't go on clearance, from a retail store or whatever. I do think this thing looks pretty dope. And like I said, yeah, it's got articulated snout, articulated ears. So be looking pretty dope, man. Looks pretty dope. They throw in a nice packaging, I guess, for collectors. They don't want to keep their stuff in the box. But yeah, just the size of this guy too. He's fairly tall, man, fairly girthy. So be on the lookout, man. I'm definitely gonna get this, man. He just looks fucking gnarly as fuck, man. Like it just looks so cool. Like I said, this is my favorite line from MOTU. It's the only one that I'm collecting as far as like the revelations or Massiverse stuff. I mean, like I just like that new Eternian line. They kind of have like resemble a little bit of a classic look, but a little bit kind of newish, a little bit designed a little bit differently, but it looks cool, man. The colors on the figures, they all pop. They all look really great, man. The trap jaw, I picked it up at the end of last year. That thing is fucking dope. It just looks like a way better trap jaw than the other one that came out for Revelations. And Triclops. I have the Triclops in my pile of loot that I need to ship out. But like I said, they just look like modern, like big size of the vintage figures. They look really good. So be on the lookout for this one, man. I think this one's might be a hot one, man. But not a lot of the stuff on the Mattel Creation site tends to sell out so fast. At least for the Massiverse stuff that I've noticed. Some of the stuff that I always kind of see sell out as far as MOTU stuff on that site is the Origins line, man. So the vintage line that they're doing, or the retro line that they're doing, is actually the one that kind of tends to sell out a lot more, man. So be on the lookout for this one if you are interested, man. I don't foresee this thing being relatively hard to get though. So if you're interested, definitely be on the lookout on Tuesday, man. I think you'll be able to lock it in. Yo, later, Rick. Thanks for stopping by, bro. Yeah, my man Deep said this looks good. Yeah, I think it looks pretty dope, man. Looks pretty sick for. It's got that toy aesthetic going on, man. My man Liquid said he looks pretty sweet. Yeah, I think so too. Looks pretty awesome. Fool ties fucking with this. We said later, Eric. Yeah. Yeah, I think this one's gonna be relatively easy. I'm not really too concerned about getting this one, man. But I do want it. And like I said, the only shitty part is that yeah, you're kind of locked into paying that shipping, man. I don't think it would even be worth it if they had like some kind of membership that offered free shipping. I just don't even think that would be worth the time, or I mean the money at least, because there's not a lot of stuff that kind of goes on their site too often as compared to like Hasbro Pulse, where they have like a lot of their stuff on there. So yeah, I just gotta lock it in, I guess, the shipping. But keeping it with MOTU, going to that Walmart Collector Con, we have Terror. This is part of the Origins line. So yeah, this is gonna be a figure that I can actually see sell out, man. A lot of the Walmart stuff for the Origins line that's exclusive to them is selling out. Like when fairly fast when it first comes out. I still don't have a Moss Man. That Moss Man was like $30. Never saw it in store. I don't even go to Walmart, so I never really got the opportunity to see it in the store. But just never went for it online or anything. Never saw it online. I think eBay had it for like $60. I think the price may have dropped because I think they became relatively easy to get. But it's just a huge turnoff when something's such a hassle and you got to do a little extra legwork on it. But this does go live for pre-order on the 14th. Like I said, part of that Walmart Collector Con, we have Terror here, and forget the name of this guy, Sir Grasp or something like that. Forgot the name of him, but yeah, here's another Origins, part of the Snake Men, and yeah, this guy looks pretty dope, man. He looks pretty dope. I don't know, man. I've kind of lost a little bit of steam on this line though, man. It's just too many exclusives. Everything is becoming exclusive. It's just kind of hard to kind of keep up. And Lord Grasp is his name. It's just kind of hard to keep up, when everything is an exclusive. You're kind of like forced to kind of get it and pay a little bit extra, pay a little bit over retail, and it's just, I don't know, kind of kills the excitement in a lot of this stuff. Some of the like the Origins, I guess, style figures that I am picking up though is that TMNT stuff. I am a fan of these, man. These are pretty dope, easy to get too. They're not hard, as far as like the main characters go. They're not hard to come by, and I feel like if you want something to kind of succeed, it should have that. It should have a relatively easy factor to kind of pick up. You shouldn't have to like hunt so hard to kind of find stuff. You know what I mean? Or be forced to kind of order it through a window, like a timed window, because once you miss out, and it's kind of hard to kind of go on eBay later on and pay, over retail. It's not worth it a lot of the times, man. But this Lord Grasp is going up for pre-order along with more Mattel stuff. Moving on to WWE, we have the WWE Ultimate Eddie Guerrero, part of the Monday Night Wars subline that they got going on. Still don't have the other Eddie Guerrero, and I think that's the one I want more than this one. This one does look cool, but it's something about his head sculpt that I don't know. It's kind of missing the mark, especially this one right here on the left. Like from behind and from the side, he looks pretty cool with that mullet, but something about it is just not selling it for me. Like I said, this is also going to be part of the Walmart Collector Con, man. So if you're interested in getting this one, I think if it's anything like the last Eddie Guerrero figure, might be a hard one to get, man. Because RIP to him too, man. He's a pretty famous wrestler back in the day. A lot of people loved Eddie Guerrero, man, myself included, man. Who didn't love Latino heat, baby? We lie, we cheat, we steal. But yeah, like I said, I'm still want to get the other one, man. I never came across it at Walmart online or anything like that. I think it's still on pre-order for some people though that did lock it in. So hopefully when that pre-order lands, I might can get it, because I know I got the Rob Van Dam on pre-order through them. So hopefully when that one lands, I'll be able to get the other one. But this one, I don't know. Maybe if I never get it, I might come across this one. Might have to just go in for this, man. Because yeah, this is like Eddie Guerrero back in like WCW, man. And fuck, dude, way ahead of their time. WCW was when it came to like the lightweights and stuff like that. Those dudes were like high flying, man. I remember they had like Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, like Chris Benoit, all these like highly technical, like just Rey Mysterio. Like, dude, they had the shit going on, man. But they never gave him any shine, bro. They kind of kept doing the storylines for NWO to beat them all, so it just kind of went away. But like I said, they were definitely ahead of their time when it came to scouting talent for like these lower weight sizes, I guess. But moving on from there, moving to the WWE, also part of that subline of Monday Night Wars, we have Mankind, Mick Foley, baby. And I think this figure looks freaking awesome, bro. This is probably one of the figures I'm most excited for, man. This thing is pretty freaking dope. I was looking at probably getting that 3-pack, man, with the Cactus Jack, the Dude Love, and the Mankind for the Elite Series, but held off. Didn't bite, because like I said, that was an exclusive to Ringside, and I don't like exclusives, man. But this Ultimate Edition is also going to be an exclusive, but I think this is the one I'm going to go in for at Walmart Collector Con, man. This thing is pretty freaking sick. It is the line of WWE figures that I'm collecting. I do like the Ultimate Edition stuff, man. About fairly good amount, man. Like the wrestlers that I liked, at least. I have my Stone Cold, The Rock, Jeff Hardy, Triple H. Got a lot of like the classic characters or wrestlers that I was a fan of. Brock Lesnar, got that new Brock Lesnar. That one's awesome. But I definitely need a Mankind, dude. Just his iconic look to him, the mask. He's got the Mr. Sacco. Like, this thing looks off the hook, man. Definitely want to pick this up. Hopefully this thing doesn't sell out though, man. Because like I said, those WWE figures that Walmart gets, man, as exclusives, they tend to sell out pretty fast. And like I had to like keep refreshing on that Brock Lesnar for like months, and I was finally able to lock one in. Like I said, still haven't locked in the Eddie Guerrero, and I'm still waiting on the Rob Van Dam. So hopefully this one's not easy to acquire, man. Hopefully it's pretty easy to get, man, because definitely want this figure right here, man. Any wrestling fans out there? Any of you guys dig on wrestling and shit? What's my man saying? So yeah, the Target is stocked on those TMNT MOTU fix. Yeah, like I said, easy to get, man, and they're pretty dope too. Like I dig them, man. Like they're kind of more limited articulation and stuff, but they're cool, man. They look cool. I had to take off like the shoulder pauldrons on this Leo though, because I don't know, it was just overly designed. I didn't like it. It just had like these like blue things on the shoulders and stuff like that, and didn't like it, man. I kind of wanted just a regular barbaric Leo type of thing. So do like these though, that they're relatively easy to get, man. Like I said, that's what makes a line fun, when it's too much of leg work, it's not fun at all, man. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully these are easy to come by, man, because I definitely want it. But yo, keeping it with wrestling and Mattel, we move into the ringside collectibles exclusive Bubba Ray Dudley. Man, like I said, I'm only collecting Ultimate Editions, but man, I think I'm gonna have to break that rule for this Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley. These dudes look fucking sick, man. And as soon as I saw these figures, I was like, shit, let me send these shits over to Boncho because I know my man dig on these. And he said the same thing, like, yo, he only collects Ultimate Edition, but yo, you're gonna have to break that rule, man, because these dudes are looking too good in these freaking and these figures. I believe these are from a Vault series that they're kind of re-releasing like these remastered versions of them because man, this head sculpt looks great, man. It just looks like Bubba Ray Dudley, like fucking psychotic ass motherfuckers, dude. These guys were crazy as fuck. A little bit on the slimmer side. I actually remember my man Bubba Ray a little bit more stocky, but yo, it still looks great, man. That classic red camo, like that shit is just too fucking good, man. Yeah, get the tables, exactly. 3D Devon, get the tables. Dude, these guys had no fucking mercy, bro. They would throw any motherfucker through a table. It didn't matter if you were a chick, an old woman, an old guy, if you were disabled. It didn't fucking matter. These dudes are gonna toss your ass through a fucking table. Just intense, man. And it was funny too because I was talking to Boncho about it, and he was like, "Man, me and my brother almost killed our sister when we were little doing the 3D on her." And I was like, "Dude, for real, it's like going to like little family get-togethers and stuff." They had a jumper, my little cousins in there. Boom, we were fucking giving them rock bottoms and all kinds of wrestling moves and shit. But yeah, the 3D was just such an iconic move. Oh man, these guys are freaking awesome, dude. Take me back to that time, man, in wrestling, bro. And I would never stop watching wrestling, honestly, man, because that was just pure gold to get to watch like these guys, the Hardy Boys, even Edge and Christian. I didn't never like them dudes too much, but going back and seeing them and seeing what Edge actually became, man, like wow, that dude actually became like a main event type of wrestler, man. I never would have imagined. He never really struck me as that type of guy, but yo, he ended up having the charisma and everything, man, and ended up becoming, big time champ. So shout out to him and shout out to all these guys, man. All these guys that really put their bodies on the line, man. Like this shit was not no slouchy thing to do, man. I know a lot of people think wrestling is fake, and yeah, it might be, written storylines and stuff like that, but these dudes are really putting motherfuckers through, yeah, they might be kind of, fixed tables and shit like that, but yo, you tell that to these dudes' backs and shit like that, man. They're feeling that shit. If you're interested, these are on Ringside right now. I believe they got like a little bit of a bundle deal going on for like $58.99. So if you buy them separately, it will be $29.99. Not really much of a discount, but there is discounts out there, man. Follow Fig Heel. I love that dude's fucking YouTube channel, man. He's like my guy for like wrestling figures and everything wrestling. And he's got like a little bit of a discount. I believe it's a Fig Heel, all caps, for like 10% off. So if you're interested, get yourself a little discount, man. Maybe take it off the shipping and the tax. But yeah, like I said, don't really collect Elite Series, but man, for these I'm gonna have to make the exception because I don't think the Ultimate Edition is gonna come do these guys anytime soon, because you would have to make both. You would have to make both, and it's like if one is easier to find than the other at a Target or something, it's like, man, you might clearance that one figure, but releasing them both at the same time through Ringside, and they're gonna get the only ones, like that's pretty safe bet that they're gonna sell out of these, man, eventually. And like I said, who the hell would just buy one? It wouldn't make any fucking sense, man. These are definitely going to be something I get sooner rather than later, man, because I don't want to wait too long. Devon, get the table. Yeah, he had the Alex Jones build from what I remember, but that's just me. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, he did have like more of a build. I think I'm remembering more like ECW-ish, man. Like they had like the fucking tie-dye shirt and stuff like that. But yeah, these guys are freaking awesome. I remember Spike Dudley too. They would throw their little brother through a fucking table and his girlfriend. They were just fucking vicious with that shit, man. What was her name? Molly Holly or something like that? Yeah, these dudes are fucking with it, man. Definitely gonna cop these two, man. Like I said, I don't want to wait too long either because I do see these selling out eventually. Part of another group of figures too that I didn't really bother to get because these ones just stood out to me. They just look that good, man. So I'm definitely copping these, man. But from there, let's move on to NECA, man. Jumping back to the Walmart Collector Con, we got Last Ronin Casey Jones. This figure's been shown off at multiple cons. Finally going up for pre-order at Walmart, man. So if you're big on the line, man, I say, put that alarm, get ready, because like I said, there's a lot of figures going up that day. I believe it's actually 2 days, so this one might actually be on the second day, from what I've heard. I think NECA's got all their stuff planned for the second day. But this figure looks pretty dope, man. The Last Ronin line is actually probably one of my favorite lines from NECA, man. Them dudes are producing some awesome stuff. I did get the Last Ronin Raph at the end of last year, and man, that thing is pretty freaking sick, man. I know a lot of people are getting a lot of kicks out of the Mesco set. Still waiting on mine. But yo, this Last Ronin TMNT stuff, man, that they got cooking is pretty freaking awesome at NECA, man. Like they're actually producing some pretty dope stuff. I have seen people kind of like customize the Raph a little bit to get a little bit more range on them. I actually had to go pre-order another one on Best Buy because he is in stock at Best Buy, and just to kind of see, if I can kind of maybe take this one apart a little bit to get a little bit more range. I got it right here on my desk. It's pretty dope. It's fucking sick. He's got a lot of cool accessories. The paints on him is pretty good. It feels good too. It doesn't feel like I said. I hate it when like action figures feel like super brittle, and that's what I used to get from NECA. They used to just kind of feel a little bit too brittle to me. Like I hated kind of like moving them. You would always have to kind of heat them up and preheat them and stuff like that. And even that wasn't a guarantee that they would get kind of like ready to play with and stuff like that. But that's a dope figure, man, and I'm all in for the Last Ronin stuff. So I definitely want to get this KZ. If it is on the second day, that actually kind of sucks, man. I hope I can just pre-order this and the Mankind on the same day to just kind of save on the shipping. We got to see. What's up, NYC? What's good with you, bro? My man, NYC. I hope these cats in New York are buying this Last Ronin stuff right here, man. Every time I see this stuff, that comic book is just so dope. Kind of see like a futuristic New York City and shit all run down. Thinking about the Last Ronin line. Hey, Liquid, man. Dude, get them, bro. Get the freaking Raph and get the Leo when it comes out. I think the Leo went up for pre-order on the NECA store site, but man, I don't think it's exclusive to there. So I'm still waiting to see that one pop up somewhere else. I'll get this figure one day. Yeah, deep, get them, bro. This shit is pretty dope. It does come with an unmasked head. So you're able to kind of get not only his weapons and stuff, but you are able to get this head sculpt. Looks a little funny, right? He looks a little funny. Yeah. I was trying to think of what actor he reminds me of, but it's cool, man. Packed full of accessories. Like, look at all that shit, man. Not bad at all for like $35, $40. It's pretty decent, man. And like I said, if it feels anything like this Raph right here or the Last Ronin that came out like about 2 years ago, man, this is a line to get for TMNT, man. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's like the one NECA line that I'm for sure like trying to get all the figures to, because I have gotten the Foot Clan dude, like the Foot Clan robot. I got the Sinjabots. I still need to get that Elite Sinjabot, but this line is pretty freaking stellar, man. I like it a lot. Don't really collect any of the cartoon stuff outside of those like little baby turtles and stuff. But this one looks pretty hot, man. Any of you guys other than Deep and Liquid thinking about getting these? Oh man, looks like Walton Goggins. I gotta look that dude up. He looks funny. It's like I don't know. It's cool to get an unmasked Casey. That's cool, but it's like I'm just definitely gonna leave the mask on, bro. Cannot not use that fucking hockey mask. That shit looks too good. Like that is, to me, that is Casey Jones, bro. So that looks pretty dope. And if you guys haven't read Last Ronin, I won't spoil anything, but but he doesn't look like this at the end of the comic book series. I'll tell you that. But moving it on from there, keeping it with NECA, jumping into their store exclusive, we got another diorama from them. Another 300 bones you got to shell out, man, if you're all in on this. We have the Sewer Lair Donnie's Lab. Yeah, big price tag right here at $300, man. Does look fairly good for what it is, If you're just looking at this in a vacuum without the price included or anything like that, looks pretty good. Got a fair amount of accessories and pretty quality paint job and stuff. Man, dude, those guys that are like all in on that cartoon line, man, they gotta be fucking pissed the fuck off though, man. Because $300 a pop for each dial is like, dude, I believe the last one went up for pre-order about 6 months ago. So you could average that out to about, man, like $600, $900 a year just to get, 2 or 3 dials from just this line, and that's kind of a lot, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really seen any of the reviews to that first one. I think Pixel Dan got it in hand, or somebody got it in hand, I think. I could be mistaken. They could have been reviewing something else maybe, but from what I've seen, it looks pretty good, man. I don't know if it's worth the price tag though of $300, man. Considering that you're gonna have to buy all, maybe not. Maybe you're not gonna have to buy all of them, but it would look cool to see all of them kind of connected, with the garage. That was another 300 if you wanted to buy two. It would just look really cool to kind of see them all kind of connected. I think we're gonna have to wait to see NECA at a con or something, because they'll definitely have it on display. I would hope, but yeah, man, this is a little bit too spicy. 500, come on, Liquid, don't get crazy, bro. Don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas, because yeah, those guys they're not shying away from that price tag, man. Does come with a little bit of a top, so you can kind of connect this to that street level one, hit the last one. But man, dude, like, I don't know, man. I mean, to whoever wants it, it's on their site. Like I said, I feel like this is a little bit too much for this, man. But man, if you see other dial makers, they're charging about the same stuff, man. So it's just kind of give and take. You know what I mean? This doesn't include shipping though, so you are gonna have to pay for the shipping. Last time I checked for the last one, it was about $30 shipping. So about with tax, you're looking at like a price tag of $350 for me at least. So it wasn't too cheap, like obviously. But for what it's worth, it looks pretty good. I would have to see it in hand to see if it's really worth it. But hey, man, if they're getting you guys with this stuff, man, I kind of feel a little bit bad. I did get to see Mad Hatter talk about this, and he actually brought up a decent point, man, that I think was brought up to him. It would have been cool if they included a figure with some of these, man. Maybe not a figure that's essential to the line, but man, throw a Donnie in there, like he said. Mad Hatter said in his video, if they would have thrown a Donnie in there with like a lab coat, like, okay, it's an extra Donatello figure, man. Maybe you need it, maybe you don't. Like, who cares? But it's there, I do remember when that living room set went up, they also had the accessory set go up at the same time, and I made the comment that it would have been cool to kind of have the accessory set as part of that dial, and you could just pay the $300 and you get both. I would have been in for that. I would have been probably in for the whole thing, the whole shebang, because I went in for the accessory set, and that thing was a piece of crap, man. I honestly regret that purchase so much. I do like the little baby turtles, but that was all I wanted. I only wanted the baby turtles. That robot that it came with, that shit came broken. I was like, it came with a head sculpt of a character. I don't even know who the fuck it is. A bunch of crap I didn't even need. The TV was cool. The TV with the little slides that you could kind of change the channel to, that was cool. The video game set was cool. But the rest of the stuff I could care less about, man. I think I paid closer to $70 for that shit. I don't think it was worth it at all. It would have been cool to kind of just throw the baby turtles in that set, with the TV, and just charge it all at one price. This would have been cool with the Donnie figure. Maybe if you just want to buy this and you don't have a Donatello, or you don't have the other cartoon lines, maybe you're just a huge Donatello fan. But just putting this up for pre-order like this, super naked, I don't know. I don't really know who's going in for this thing right here. My man Johnny in the house. Dial makers are all poor. I fully support this place. Hope the homies at Neck Out. I mean, it's a good hustle, making dials. I know that for a fact. But yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends what people are willing to pay. And I'm sure NECA sees the price of some of these customizers making their dials, or third-party people making their dials, and they ain't cheap. Them things are going up for pretty high prices too, just because it's so big to ship. So I'm sure they got to make their ends too, man. This is a licensed product, but like I said, easy for me to pass on this because I'm not attached to this line. I don't collect any of the figures from this line. But it is kind of crazy to see this price tag on this shit, man. Like $300 is not cheap at all, I think for 200 they would have sold a lot more, and for 300 with the figure, they also would have sold a lot more, man. So yet to be determined how popular these sewer layers are going to be. Mirage sewer layer, maybe out on the tune line. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and like I said, man, that tune line looks like it's already kind of I mean, maybe I don't even know. Has it had its run? Like, is there any more characters that people are really waiting for? Like, man, dude. I mean, if they would make the turtles relatively easy to buy, give people another opportunity to go in for them, maybe shit. You know what I mean? I'll probably cop them, but I'm stay away from that line. That shit. If I don't have the brothers, the turtles, what the fuck is the point of all this shit? It's just kind of, I don't know. The people they have that are deep in this line, they don't even like this shit. It's just too expensive. It's just too much, because they know they got to buy multiple sets, and that's just a price tag they don't want to come near, in the total amount. But just come with these extra stuff, man. I know you can definitely do this outside of the tune stuff. You could definitely use this for other stuff, So we'll see. But keeping it with TMNT, some bangers. You got Playmates. First sketch TMNT, man. So these are finally getting released by Playmates. This is like the first sketch turtles with a little bit of a Playmates aesthetic, I guess, with the painted bandanas and everything. I think these look pretty freaking dope, man. I believe these are previewed out in Toy Book or something like that, the Toy Book. And not a lot of people knew too much about them, but they finally more information finally came out. And yeah, these are going to be individually packaged, so you'll be able to get these relatively easy, relatively cheap, around like $11.99 or so. I do like that little base that they're standing on. It'd be cool if it was like a little build a base, but I don't see any kind of like, or maybe, maybe they all come with a piece. That'd be really cool. I'd be down for that, because just kind of seeing these guys like this posed out like this, I think they look awesome. I'm definitely down for this. Um, no other information on when this goes out. Probably sometime in the summertime, I can imagine, though, seeing this stuff roll out. And it just kind of trips me out that, man, we're still getting TMNT stuff like almost every week, man. It's just a lot of stuff. Like, they got so many different kind of lines going on, and like, dude, that's crazy that IP is going on for this long, and it's doing fairly well, man. It's alive and well. Like, just Playmates is doing their stuff, NECA's doing their stuff, everybody's getting in that Mezco set, and everybody's digging on that. It's cool to see, man, because like, yeah, the same way I was talking about Dragon Ball Z, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a big part of a lot of people's childhood, man. Not just the cartoon, not just the comics, but the movies, everything, man. And it's crazy that it's still going on, and even kids today are familiar with the IP, and they're kind of becoming fans themselves. So it's cool that Playmates is on top of it, just kind of continuing to pump out toys, man. Definitely gonna go in for this set right here. What's my man Johnny saying? What would be fun about that? What would be fun about what? What are you talking about, Johnny? Talking shit or what? Paying $300 for a fucking dial? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that sounds fun at all. But yo, moving back to Walmart Collector Con, we got a little bit of G.I. Joe action. We got a new Ram Cycle with a new paint job. What is this shit called? Night Ops? This shit looks pretty fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie, man. Never got the Ram Cycle. Like I said last week, I believe, not really in on the G.I. Joe line, man, but the stuff they are putting out is fucking dope, man. And I know a lot of people, this is probably their favorite line when it comes to like Hasbro. I feel like Marvel Legends, after putting out so many Captain Americas and so many Iron Mans and Spider-Mans, it's like, it seems like people got their fill right there, but a G.I. Joe line, they're able to kind of repaint stuff and, continue to put out new characters. And it looks like it's like their best line, honestly, man, just from a person looking from the outside in. Because this looks pretty freaking dope. Like, comes with a shit ton of stuff. Like, just look at this shit, man. It's freaking packed. Price tags not too cheap though. I think this is pushing to like $54, if I'm not mistaken. So that's not relatively cheap. But when you look at the amount of stuff that it comes with, pretty packed out, man. Looks pretty freaking dope. Any of you guys pick up the Ram Cycle? Is that what it's called? The Ram Cycle? Hope I'm not fucking saying anything wrong. I never, like I said, I'm not big on the line, so I never picked it up, even though I did see it kind of clearance out a lot of places. I think it was showing up at Ross and Target clearance section, man. But like I said, I didn't pick it up, man, but it does look really cool. This one looks a lot better to me, though. I think the other one was like more green, and then they had the Tiger Force, I think, also paint job on it, man. But this one just looks clean. I feel like this can go with a lot of other different things, man. Like, it just looks cool. Figure right here, forgot the name of that guy, but it looks like it's just a solid repaint of him. That extra almost Steel Brigade head sculpt. I know they can't use Steel Brigade. What is it? Steel Corpse or some shit like that. I don't know. I have no idea. What am I doing here? Fuck this. Nah, but yeah, I don't know. Anybody going in for this, man? It is Walmart CollectorCon exclusive, so if people are trying to army build this, I hope they get an opportunity to, man. Because like I said, there's a lot of stuff going in for pre-order, man. I feel like that server is gonna freeze up on people, man. You might see some raging collectors next week, man. Some angry nerds be all in for it, man. I was into TMNT as a little boy, but not into them anymore. Oh, come on, Darth. Come on, Darth, man. You know, don't you watch Nerd Zork, bro? You can get older, but you don't gotta grow up. I may get this. I never got the Ram Cycle nor Breaker, but it looks cool. Yeah, like I said, this thing looks freaking cool, man. Like, I don't know. This is a leaked image too, and yeah, a lot of people got fucking wet over this shit. Myself included. I don't even collect that shit, man. It looks freaking dope. I dig it. 8 saying, I think this is the nicest one. Shockwave. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a repainted Shockwave, huh? Solid, clean repaint, man. Looks really good. I like this one better. Must cop, my man Wavy. I know Wavy's digging the G.I. Joe stuff. Shout out to Wavy Crockett, man. You guys don't follow this guy. This guy's fucking awesome photography going on, man. Real ACBA shit, bro. Wavy, you do that real shit. I'm always like, God damn, this dude's setups are gnarly, man. But shout out to you, bro. I know you're gonna cop this. I know you're gonna do some sick ass shit with this. Somewhere in Action Figure City. I like that shit. I want classified treadmills. God damn it, Johnny. Deep's over here laughing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Be on the lookout for this, man. Because we don't stop there with Hasbro. We move on to Black Series. We got the Night Owl, Mando. Another solid repaint from Hasbro. Not mad at it, you know. I believe it's just a Bo-Katan repaint, or what's her name? Casca Reeves. So it's pretty cool, man. If you got a little Mando collection going on, it's not bad. I recently just cleared out a lot of my Black Series, man, and I sold off a lot of the Mandos that I had, with the Bo-Katan included. I was probably thinking about getting that Mafex coming out pretty soon. But I gotta see, man, because I did pick up that Mafex Darth Vader, and his leg was loose as shit, bro. I felt like an idiot paying like 60, 80 bucks for that shit. Super fucking loose. Like, I did not like this shit, man. Hold on. I like him because of his size. He's tall as fuck, but like, he's taller than my Hasbro stuff. But man, his leg is super fucking loose. I was not digging this. Look at this shit. He's like bow legged. This is a Mafex, bro. This is like 80 bucks. Look at this shit. Not cool, man. Not cool paying so much money for this shit. And it's like, nah, not good. So I don't know. That's why I had to cancel that pre-order of Bo-Katan from HLJ until I see some in-hand reviews, because I should have waited. I should have waited for that Vader. But like I said, I did like the size to him. And I just didn't like the neck on the fucking SH Figure Arts. It's a little bit too short, man. Just like something about Figure Arts. They always got like these stubby necks and shit. So I wasn't digging on that, man. I don't know. I need to tighten that up. I still haven't put Kiki on that shit just because I gotta order some of that shit, man. They used to have it on Amazon, now they don't. But yeah, I just kind of have them just posed up next to my Emperor fucking Jar Jar Binks. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of sucks that like you got to jump around with so many different Star Wars lines, but I feel like that's where a lot of people kind of find find a good collection with Black Series, because it's just, it's cheap. You're not, if the shit's loose, you don't feel like an idiot like me, with a fucking $80 piece of crap. So yeah, a solid repaint right here, man. But I think it would look cool, man, in a group of Mandos. I forget, is this the Whole Foods Mandalorians, like the hipster ones, like the not strong ones? It is, right? The Night Owls. Yeah, these dudes are so lame when they took their helmets off, man. They were chumps. I wanted Paz Vizsla, smoked a lot of them. And he was the only cool one, honestly, man. Paz Vizsla was a G, bro. He went out like the real champ. Look at this shit. This doesn't even look fun. It's just like a fucking Karen Mando. It's terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I did like that Bo-Katan figure when I first got it. I thought it was cool for what it was, but yeah, man, single joints across the board kind of sucks, man. For especially for these types of characters, definitely got to crouch around and do like acrobatics, I guess, with their jetpacks and stuff. One kind of more dynamic posing and stuff like that, but I don't think this is going to lend itself too much to that. But if you just want it for the shelf presence, man, that's pretty cool. Not a bad pickup. And then we move on to another droid. Forget the name of this fucking droid, man, but was this Grief Karka's droid? R.I.P. to my man. I believe it was. I thought this figure had already came out. Are they just updating this shit or something? I was like fucking. I was so confused by it, man. I was like, damn. But if they are updating it, they might make them a little bit taller. I still got to get that R2D2, that Return of the Jedi R2D2, man. That was a hot ticket. That shit sold out. I think they got a reissue coming out though. I definitely want to get it, man, because that's a perfect R2. Won't need another one after that. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for this one if you are interested, man, because all the droids are always kind of cool, man. They're all pretty kind of cool to collect and stuff. But I'm kind of past Star Wars right now. I'm not really too excited about a lot of stuff that they're doing, man. Like as far as like the direction that they're going at Lucasfilm. So I don't know. I'm kind of just I'm just kind of miffed by a lot of their characters and stuff like that now. Like I only want like just main kind of characters that I really like, or just specific kind of cool looking ones, I guess. Like I got a fair amount of stormtroopers, clone troopers, and a good amount of the Jedi's and Sith Lords, and I'm pretty happy with that. But I do want a few of the droids, but I don't know. I don't know if I really need this one right here, man. But be on the lookout for this. Also part of Walmart Collecticon next week, man, if you're interested. And then, wow, this is the series that did it all right here. We move on to Hot Toys Star Wars from the Ahsoka series, Balin Skull. And man, this is about as much action as he gave you in the whole series right here. Look at all that. That's action. Oh man, this guy, fucking hell, dude. Even the figures look boring as shit, man. It's just, as soon as I saw these images go up, I was just like, oh my God, I got an instant headache, bro. Instant fucking headache just looking at this shit. Cause man, what a letdown. What a fucking letdown this series was, man. Started off pretty promising. I think when you were first seeing these characters like show up and we are no Jedi, it was pretty cool dialogue going on. You're kind of intrigued by him, but what the fuck did he do? What the fuck did he do the whole time? He didn't do shit. And now it doesn't even look like they can do anything with him because the actor died, and RIP to him. That sucks to hear, but like, dude, talk about no fucking story arc going on for this character. Like, he was the most intriguing one. Didn't do anything. Went and go look for a fucking hilltop on a hike, and that was it. I was still waiting for him to like take on Thrawn or do something. I think the only action you got to see out of him was like when he fucking kicked Ahsoka's ass. Basically killed her. Should have killed her. But yeah, man, I don't know who the hell would pre-order these Hot Toys, man. Like, I honestly, I don't understand why you would go out to pre-order this, because there's no way you will actually like these characters. There's just no way. There's no fucking way you actually like these characters, other than them being Star Wars characters. That I do understand. There's some people that will just buy it just because they are Star Wars characters, but there's no way you would be a fan of this character, man. Because then we move on to his little fucking chihuahua, Shin Hati, aka Shin Batty, aka the Calabasas Sith Lord, aka the Beverly Hills Sith Lord, aka Miley Cyrus. This bitch, man. I don't know. A lot of people were fans of her character. She did even less than the other dude, man. Talk about an incompetent fucking person. Couldn't even kill Sabine. That's how weak she was. I would have killed Sabine's ass so goddamn quick. Oh man. It's just like, dude, where's the imagination? Like, why is this bitch not an alien? Like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, I don't know, dude. It was just her fucking stoic face. Like, god damn it. Wipe that fucking stupid look off your face, Shin Hattie. She just kept asking questions to the other dude, and it was just, oh, man, never went anywhere. But I mean, if you had to pre-order one, I feel like a lot of people are gonna pre-order this broad. I feel like there was a lot of fans of her. Just because of that, I guess. Just because of the pretty face, I guess. Shin Baddie. I know people were calling her that. But man, I need a 1/6 jar. There you go, Miss Ortega. No shame in his game. He's down for it. But yeah, I don't know, man. To me, it's just not exciting at all, man. Very boring characters, honestly, man. Design, even the designs, like they don't nothing stood out to me. It just looked very like just boring, man. I'm sorry to use the same word, but it was just nothing exciting about him at all, man. The little bit of intrigue that you had was snuffed out fairly fast, and that was it. That was it, man. So it's kind of sucks that these companies have to like make product of this shit because they weren't really given anything to work with. Not a lot happened, So if you're interested, these are up for pre-order now on Sideshow. But moving on from there, move on to another import company. We got Storm Collectibles, almost at 112, moving back to 112, but these are not 112 figures, man. And kind of cool to see, man. Street Fighter 6 Ryu action figure form. I know a lot of people are Street Fighter fans now, man, coming out the woodworks ever since Jada Toys, man. But it is kind of cool to see the new game kind of get figures made of it, man. I know SH Figure Art is kind of relaunching their line. Kind of wish they would have went this route, man. I kind of wish they would have left the Street Fighter 5 stuff alone or the previous game alone and attempted to make figures of the new game because the design on these dudes look fucking awesome. Like Ryu finally looks fucking like aged up. He looks sick as hell. Like he looks like a fucking monk about to wreck shit, man. Like I think the design of Ryu looks freaking awesome. The design of all of them, honestly, that I've seen from that game look really cool, man. I would definitely want action figures of them. But I just don't think I'm gonna go down the Storm route, man. They just don't scale with a lot of stuff, man. I do follow this Instagram account on Instagram. I follow this account on Instagram called Storm Collector. And he's got every Storm release ever, man. I was surprised to see how many Ryu figures there are. Like I obviously, you got the evil Ryu and then the player 2 colors, but this dude's got exclusives to different cons and all kinds of shit. He had at least 8 or 10 of them. I was like, God damn. So I'm sure he's stoked for this, man, because this looks pretty dope, man. Looks like it's gonna move really well. But yeah, just not a huge fan of the scale on this right here, man. And it kind of sucks that scale does dictate a lot of stuff a lot of the times. Cause Jada Toys came out and they put out a fucking banger of a product, but I think the one thing that attracted a lot of people was a scale. Scales with the domestic stuff, really good, man. Moves, better than I would say a domestic, a little bit better than a domestic, but price point on point, man. Like it's as domestic as you can get. Like it's fucking awesome. But I think the main selling point, and not just for them, man, but I see it for a lot of stuff, and it's smart to kind of do that. I know Action Force does it, scales right with G.I. Joe Classified Series, right with Hasbro stuff. I guess it's smart when you kind of see like the biggest fish in the pond. You kind of want to line up with that, and I feel like that's where a lot of people kind of shit on Todd for it, because he does his own thing. He's not trying to be universal with anybody, and I respect that too. I respect him just doing his own thing, because maybe this Storm collectible could scale with the Todd stuff or the NECA stuff and all that stuff. So it's like it varies, man. But when you have the most popular company making a certain size figure, you'd be pretty smart to kind of line up with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just feel like a lot more people are gonna buy it because of that reason. Because I honestly think this figure looks better than the Jada Toys Ryu, but I wouldn't buy this. I just wouldn't buy it. It looks like it moves better. It's got dope effects. Like the head sculpts look great, but it's just too big, man. It's not gonna scale with a lot of your stuff, and it's a no go. So that kind of sucks. But anybody in the chat pick up Storm figures, man? Like I've always said before, I've only gotten a few of them. I do want to get that Shao Kahn with the throne, though. That shit looks fucking sick. I was talking to Boncho about that. He recently picked it up, and that looks fucking awesome. Like it looks good, man. But yeah, that's a spicy price right there, man. 160, I think. So it's not too bad, but I'm not swinging that right now, man. But I definitely have that on my radar. I do want to come across that, man, one day. But as far as this Ryu goes, probably gonna be a pass for me, man. A lot of people, I know that for a fact. But move on to Toy Notch Astrobots. We got this brand new Astrobot right here. I believe this is a repaint of one, man. So anybody familiar with this line right here? Um, Argus, that's his name. Yeah. Anybody familiar with this line? I know my man Johnny has picked up a lot of these. And yo, big fan of them, man. So like this thing was pretty freaking awesome from what I was seeing. From what I see online from them, they articulate it really well. I've never picked one up myself, but I do know Robo actually had one on his top 10 last year. I believe it was that yellow one that came out last year. Surprisingly, it even surprised him. Like he just kind of came out of left field with that. He had that as his number one figure, man, because light has light up features. It has like customizability. You can kind of put like these backpacks on it. And this just looks like it's something completely different from what's out there, man. It looks like it goes with a lot of stuff too. It's a 112 scale, like fucking mech robot motherfucker. So you could throw this in any kind of like action figure photography and it's gonna look really good. It's gonna look completely different from what's out there. It doesn't look like anything out there. Um, Fucking the mech arms, all the shit that you can kind of attach to his bag. That's a good selling point. And a lot of these tend to sell out too, man. I was looking at Big Bad Toy Store, some of their previous releases. I think there's a couple of them on there that are already kind of sold out. And I believe there was another paint job on this one. So now you get the opportunity to get the tactical version of them. So it looks pretty cool, man. Looks pretty dope. Believe it's about $80 or so, about $75, $80. So it's not too cheap, but not overly expensive, for what it is. Like all the intricacies and I guess the fucking articulation going on in here is pretty dope. The engineering and all that stuff, man, looks pretty cool, man. I definitely got to dive into one of these one day. I know they just, I think last year they put out the female robots or astrobots, and those look really good. I think Liquid Below Zero, I think he picked up a couple of them too, man. So I think that was a good entry point for a lot of people, man, getting that waifu robot style. Copying that Shao and Blanca when it drops. Oh yeah, the Blanca looks fucking sick too. You're right. Hobo Ryu and Ken designs in specific. Yeah, I like that Hobo Ken. The fucking divorced dad. Fucking look to him. He looks funny. Yeah. Anybody interested in these Astro Bots though? They look pretty good. They look pretty good. I know Toy Nosh has made those toilet bots also, and a lot of people were digging on those, man. Those look fucking gnarly too. Yeah, it's cool to kind of see other companies also produce their stuff, man. Like anytime you see a pre-order from these guys, it's not often. So anytime you do see it, it's like, oh, yo, this is pretty dope. Gotta kind of take note of it, man. But like I said, I still gotta order one myself to kind of just see what they're about because I don't know too much about them. But moving on from there, a little third-party action back to DC. We have this 112 scale Deathstroke. I believe he's named Death Nail by the company. I believe the company is called Flashpoint and CH Studio. So it's like a collaboration between these two companies. I myself, I'm not really a fan of this right here, man. Figure itself, it doesn't look that great to me. Like aside from like just the figure itself, like not really doing much in the promotional images, just the design doesn't really kind of scream out to me. It doesn't really look particularly appealing, like it's gonna stand out in anything. But I was talking to my man Wavy, and he did bring up an interesting point for like action figure photography and stuff. It looks like some kind of bank robber or some kind of crazy motherfucker. But I don't know, man. I always get a feeling that a lot of people kind of think that like, oh, because it's third party, it's good. That's not necessarily the case a lot of the times, man, because there have been some fucking duds. I forget the name of that fucking Punisher figure that Deep got one time, the Avenger or something like that. I think it was flopping around worse than that Darth Vader I just showed off, man. So it's like sometimes you take an L with some of these figures, man. But I don't know, something about this. It just doesn't look. It just doesn't look like up to standards from what we're seeing from a lot of these other third party companies, man. It just looks like to me, it honestly looks like a 5-year-old Mesco, honestly. Like not to talk shit, but it just looks like an outdated Mesco. Had this came out maybe like in 2020, 2019, it probably would have been a hot one, but nothing really stood out to me as far as this release goes, man. Doesn't look like there's gonna be any kind of like butterfly joint action going on because of his armor. Shit, I told my man Wavy, I'll shoot this motherfucker in the dick. He got all that armor. I'll shoot his fucking balls off right there, bro. Come on, this got everything covered except for that. Like I don't know, man. To me, it's just I don't like the design of this fucking Deathstroke either. He just looks too. He just looks like fucking some Snyderverse garbage, dude. Just looks like fucking sludge. Not to overly shit talk it, but this guy, yeah, Wavy. I don't know, bro. And like I said, you could definitely do a lot more with this figure than I could ever do. But like this is something that I would just never buy. I would just never buy it. Not because like I don't know, I'm just not a fan of the design. I don't think the body's gonna be good. I gotta wonder the armor even stays on the figure. Like, well, what are we looking at as far as material? I know this head sculpt's even a fucking render. Like, is it even gonna look like that? I'd probably just leave the mask on. But man, there's a lot of fucking guessing when it comes to like pre-ordering something like this, man. And I always gotta wonder, are people just running the pre-order just because it's a third party figure? I hope not, because these things are not cheap a lot of the times, man. Yeah, they might be cheaper than a Mesco, but $75, still pushing a higher price tag than the average domestic figure. Hey, yo, Bancho, what up, bro? Damn, we were just finished talking shit about you, my dude. You're a little late. Oh, well, we'll talk about it next week, guys. Nah, I just kidding, Bancho. But yeah, man. Any of you guys peep this in the chat, man? Any of you guys got any thoughts on this one? Because I know my man Wavy was talking shit to me. He was like, bro, I could do so much with this. You don't know shit, bro. I was like, all right, man. I ain't gonna hate on it too much, bro. I'm not gonna hate on it too much. I'll just give my honest opinion. Looks like sludge. That's just my honest opinion, Wavy. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. But who the fuck am I, right? Who the fuck am I? I'm just talking shit. I thought you guys would shit talk stuff a lot more, man. I was like, damn, I always feel like I'm bashing on stuff. And it's like, bro, I'm not the only one that thinks this, right? God damn. Come on, back me up. This looks like shit. Tell Wavy, this looks like shit, bro. Don't order this. Like, does the pistol even come out? What the fuck is going on here, man? It just looks like fuck. God damn it, man. What movie did this come out in anyway? I never watched any of those fucking DC movies, those DCEU movies. They're fucking terrible. I saw the Snyderverse or the Snyder Cut. That's the only one I saw. I never saw BVS, never saw fucking Man of Steel, never saw any of that stuff, man. It just wasn't like my DC. It just kind of crazy. And kind of recently, I think I just seen like an interview with Snyder. I think he was on Joe Rogan. I don't know if it was recent, but he was just kind of talking about his visions for stuff. And it's like, dude, this guy does not understand anything, bro. Like, he just doesn't understand anything about the characters that he was like trying to portray. So there's a reason those things flop, man. And I feel the sooner they can stop making figures of all that stuff, the better. And I say that with that fucking Batfleck on pre-order, man. I'm getting that next week. So after that, like, man, just do away with this shit already, man. Even my girl Gal, retire her already, man. And I hate to say it because she was a really good Wonder Woman. At least she looked good. Like, she looked good. And that first movie was pretty good. But that 1984, you got to go, babe. I'm sorry. You got to go. It's over. It's over for the both of us. I hate to see you go, but you got to. This is from a movie? Fuck, hell if I know. Shit. Oh, this is from fucking Nightmare or some shit, man. This thing looks terrible. The head sculpt looks good. Yeah, and that's what I said. Like, is the head sculpt even gonna be what you see here? Like, I don't fucking think so. Like, that's a straight up render. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And like I said, and all the promotional images is he ain't doing shit but standing there. Even here, it's like he ain't doing a goddamn thing. So I don't know, man. $35. It's a wild risk to take. Tell them how you really feel. I think look like shit, bro. I said sludge, but I was thinking shit. I'm sorry, dude. Not sorry. I'm not sorry about that. I don't want my man to get ripped off with this bullshit. That's real shit. But moving on from there, move on to another third party figure. We got a Hero Toys, aka I think this is like the same company as Memory Toys. I've seen, people call it Hero Toys, Memory Toys, but Hero Toys, Memory Toys, Blade Master, another World of Warcraft figure. And yeah, man, it looks like these guys are going back and forth with I think it's Mithril Studio as far as who's making the orcs and shit. And I think they actually just released their Blade Master. And shout out to my man Liquid. I know he was commenting that in the Discord about it, about like, oh, these guys should have made goblins, and these guys should have made that, and these guys should have made. It's like, yeah, that's true, but they do have a little bit of a different kind of aesthetic going on. I feel like these guys have more of like a cartoony, and the Mithril has a little bit more of a realistic from what I've seen, at least. I could be completely off, but this definitely has like a little bit more of a cartoony look to it that I didn't see in the other one. I don't know if that's bad or good. I think I would want it more realistic. Not being a fan of World of Warcraft or anything like that. Um, but this looks pretty cool, man. I just think it's like, how many fucking orcs do people want, man? Goddamn, like fucking hell. They got Blade Master. Don't tell me there's a motherfucker with guns out there, bro. I'd be like cannon or some shit. I'd be fucking crazy. So I don't know, man. But anybody picking up those orcs? Any of that shit going on out there? Aside from my man Liquid, I know he was picking them up. I mean, he was talking about having to buy this one too. He's like, I got to buy this one now. I'm like, bro, you don't have to. You don't fucking have to. You just buy the shit you like, man. But if you are interested in going in for this one, I believe it's on 5K already. I believe they want about $70 for it. Not over the top expensive, man. But they're pumping these fucking things out, man. They already got the bucks ready and everything. They're just change up a little bit of the head sculpts here and there, a little different kind of soft goods action and accessories, and bam, on the boat you go. So anybody interested in getting this, man? I myself clean pass on all this shit, man. Clean pass. I'm not interested in getting any of this stuff. Happy to stay away from them. The figures do look good though, from what I've seen. Seen a few people take pictures of them. I know Paternia was picking up a lot of them, so he was quite happy with it, man. But yeah, it's not something that I really want in my collection. And for some reason, I like the look of the Four Horsemen, like orcs, a lot better. They may not move as good as these guys, but I just like the look of them a lot better for some reason. They just have like, I don't know, they just have like this cool look about them. They look a little bit more grittier and shit like that, you know. I know you could probably give these guys washes and all that shit and switch it up, but I'm not doing all that. I'm getting it just because it looks dope. It does look dope, yeah. True. Especially that bear. Oh yeah, fucking bear looking good. Yeah, see. Oh yeah, that bear. Forgot about that bear. True. Yeah, it doesn't come with a little bit. It comes with a fair amount of stuff. So pretty fair price at about $70. Not bad. From there, let's move into Bandai though. SH Figuarts Ultraman from Ultraman Rising. This is coming like a little bit of a 2-pack action going on right here. So we got Ultraman and a little baby kaiju named Emmy. Don't know shit about this, man. Apparently, this is a new movie coming out for Netflix. This shit looks pretty goofy, man. It looks pretty fucking funny. And the design to Ultraman, they're seeing a lot of people that are not too happy with it, man. It just looks a little bit way too out there, man. I myself actually kind of like it. It just looks a little bit different, but it looks a little bit more alien. You know, it just has like the more alien type of look to him, man. It just looks kind of cool. And I don't know, the little baby kaiju looks pretty funny to kind of have in your collection, but I don't know. Gotta check out the series. Maybe you might be a fan of it, man. But goddamn, dude, how many fucking Ultraman series are out there, man? Netflix, make something else for fuck's sake. Goddamn, dude. I'm obviously it's probably pretty popular to kind of keep going back to the well, but fucking hell, man. I feel like we get an Ultraman reveal every fucking week, and it's like always like a different series or a different movie or a different version. It's like, goddamn, dude, a little bit too much, man. I still regret not getting that fucking Mesco, man, when it was fucking dirt cheap. That was probably the best looking one just because he looks like a guy in a suit, you know? I'm still waiting on that Mafex 2.0 version of it, so I feel like that's going to be like my Ultraman, but I don't know. That Mesco one does look fucking great, man. If I can kind of come across another sale on that one, probably have to jump on it this time. This one probably could do without, but the design doesn't bother me as much as I've seen other people get turned off by it. It just kind of looks a little bit more alien, a little bit different, and a little kaiju. I mean, come on, you gonna hate on that, bro? Look at him. That looks awesome. It's still cheap as fuck on Amazon, is it? I might have to take a look at that, man. Anybody going for this Ultraman though? Ultraman Rising? I don't know. Is anybody buying all these fucking Ultraman? Like, goddamn it, Bandai, make some other shit, you fucking assholes, you lazy fucks. We'll move on from there. Move on to some Demon Slayer Giyu, one of the Hashiras. This dude's fucking cold-blooded killer too, man. This was awesome. For some reason, I thought this was already revealed though. I was tripping, man. Was that the Figma? like, oh man, it's just too much coming out now because Buzzmon has their shit, Figma's doing theirs, and now you got SH Figuarts doing their stuff, and it's like, god damn it, dude. I feel like a fucking idiot buying one Buzzmod, one Figma, and now the SH Figuarts are coming out. It's like, man, do I get those or what the fuck? What's going on, man? I'm turned off by a lot of the Demon Slayer stuff now because there's just too much shit going on. I don't know where to kind of focus my line. Um, and it's like I tried selling the Tanjiro Figma that I had, the DX version. It's like, man, nobody wanted to buy that shit. So probably just got to drop the price on it like way cheap, where it's like I could just dump it and then potentially get the SH Figuarts when it comes out. But I'm gonna have to wait to see on that one, man, because I'm not even that huge of a fan of Demon Slayer to kind of warrant so many purchases of it. But I do want at least like the core members, man. So I definitely got my eye on the Nezuko Figuarts, but that'd be kind of crazy if I get Figuarts, Nezuko, and then Buzzmod, Inosuke, and then fucking Figma, Zenitsu, and Figma, Tanjiro. It's like, fuck, what the fuck am I doing? Just all over the place, man. So I don't know. I wish it would have just been one fucking solid line. Like, yo, just that's it. You know, don't lend the license out to too many companies. Yeah, fuck people up, man. But yeah, some people buying multiples of this shit, man. I don't know. I'm not that with it though, but it does look pretty good, I guess, for what it is. I know Buzzmod gets like the fucking win for a lot of people because it got the soft goods like robes and stuff. But man, I don't know. The cuts on this just doesn't look so gnarly. Like you can't even tell, you know, it got the pattern in the joint, so you can't even tell too much. So it doesn't really bother me as much as something else would, where it's like hard plastic. Like the Rurouni Kenshin, I think I'm down with the Buzzmod because it's got the soft goods like bottom half. I just don't like the cuts on the plastic on the pants and shit. It just looks too ugly. But this, man, they pull it off fairly well. Gotta wait and see on it, man. My man will say, I want the little kaiju. Yeah, little Emmy. It's cool. Look at him. This is a little kaiju. Man. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck Demon Slayer. And then closing it out from the Bandai stuff, we have SH Monster Arts Godzilla minus color version from Godzilla minus one. And guys, man, if you guys haven't seen this movie, dude, shit, be on the lookout when it comes out on fucking DVD or it comes out streaming, man. This shit was like, yeah, it was fucking great, dude. To think that like you can still make good movies. You don't have to make all the dog shit coming out of American studios in Hollywood, man. It's just like it's just too much agendas being trying to be pushed on like fucking like diversity and all kinds of shit that it's like, dude, we don't want to see all that stuff when we're going to watch a movie. We just want a good story. And this was a banger of a Godzilla movie, man. Like, man, I recently seen when this was coming out, when I knew about this coming out, I had to go back and watch Shin Godzilla, and that shit was dope. Like, I was like, okay, I understand why a lot of fans were of this movie, but man, I felt like minus one was just like way better, like way better. It was just simple story. It got you like attached to the characters in it, not just Godzilla. The stuff that's coming out from the American legendary studios with Godzilla and Kong, that just looks ridiculous, man. That just looks like they're just doing too much with that, man. But yo, you know, Toho is licensing it out to them, so they're free to do whatever they want. But I feel like this was just like a perfect Godzilla movie. It was good. He wasn't like an anti-hero. He was just what he's supposed to be, just like a force of nature, you know. And you actually like the scenes more of like of the humans as opposed to the American studios where you're just like, fucking get these fucking humans off of the screen. Why am I watching these fuckers? Like, I hope they die, you know. The Godzilla minus one, like the scenes with the humans were like, you know, what drew you into the movie and the whole story. It was great, man. I loved it. And that's probably gonna be one of the first like fucking physical media DVDs that I buy in a long time. I don't have like that good of a DVD collection, but I definitely want to buy this, man. This is something that I really enjoyed when it came out. It was fucking sick. I didn't get to see the minus color version though. But I felt like the regular version was good enough. But it is kind of cool to see them do both versions of the toy also, like they did with the movie. That'd be pretty kind of cool to see side by side. But yeah, that's it for pre-orders that we got coming up, man. But guys, do want to talk about a few Kickstarters going on, man, and I want to know where you guys are opinions on this stuff right here, man. Because first off, we have Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Primal Series 2 was a current Kickstarter going on right now, asking for $99,000, and they're at $94,275. obviously this is a popular line that kind of came out last year. I believe the Kickstarter went up about 2 years ago. Figures were finally delivered last year, and it seemed like they caught a lot of buzz, man. It seemed like a lot of people were really happy with the line. A lot of people were army building them. They are kind of like coming out with their own lore. The figures, from what I seen, had very minimal to zero QC issues. People were really digging them, but I was actually surprised to see that this is a Kickstarter again, man, for Wave Two, and it's actually something that I was actually surprised in seeing when the Plunder links also went up for another wave on Kickstarter, because I feel like it's in the name to Kickstarter line. It's like, okay, you need this amount of money, and then you take that money and you create this action figure line, and then you kind of manage your sales and you kind of keep producing figures. I know Bobby Valla has recently brought that up a lot of the times with the Action Force. He was a Kickstarter to launch the line, and then as the line grows, that's how you produce more figures. This right here is like going back to the well and needing more money to produce more figures, and maybe that's just to play it safe. Maybe they do have the money to kind of continue the line and stuff. um but it's just it was a little bit surprising to me to kind of see that, knowing that the line was really popular when it came out. Like I said, I saw multiple people taking pictures of these figures, multiple people buying multiples. I've seen streams dedicated to this line, like just reading the comic books and reading the lore and stuff. So, like I said, it's just a little bit surprising to me to see that this is a Kickstarter, because we kick it off with Kali Prime. Not really familiar with the lore, but I do know some of the names, so I don't know if this is like the main character just like beefed up. But it does look like they have like all new body sculpt right here going on with this one right here. I believe this is I forget what they called it. It was like a bruiser body or something like that. Trying to look through the information. But yeah, I believe this is like all new sculpts on some of these. Move on to Mother Mala. And as I'm reading that, if you guys are interested in any of these, please let me know, man, because I'm still trying to wonder what's the appeal to this line. I just feel like they may be good figures, but they just look a little bit too, I guess, like kitty. I guess that's the word I want to use without trying to disrespect them entirely. And I know that's the look that they're actually going for. I've seen interviews of the creator Jason Bonavenu. He's been on multiple streams in the past, and he's actually mentioned that he intends to make this line for like kids to be attracted to and want to pick up and play with. But as it's been brought up before multiple times, multiple places, don't really see too many kids playing with toys nowadays, man. So I gotta wonder if that's the smartest move to kind of do. To kind of just focus your line into like kind of trying to attract a younger crowd. Because like I said, I picked up these Accessory Studio Minotaurs, and this is like an anamorphic line that I wouldn't mind like seeing more of, like just the fucking like the rawness to this, I guess you could call it. I know Ray Planet or Ray Studios is doing their stuff. I feel like a lot more people are attracted to those, like the Veteran William and stuff like that. That I don't really see the same kind of appeal to this, even though it is like a anamorphic character type. It just doesn't really scream out like something I would want. Like it's just something about it. It's just like it just looks too, like I said, kitty to me, because then we move on to the Lady Jadu. You got the SJW haircut and shit on her. I don't know. Like the weapons look cool. Paint job on them looks pretty great, man, from what I've seen from in-hand images in Wave 1. But it's just something about it that I'm like, man, I'm waiting to see like one of their figures like scream out to me like, yo, this is the one I gotta get. But even going through this Wave 2 right here, we have Corvius, the Cold Blood. So I believe these are like the factions right here on the top right. So I believe this is like a new faction, I want to say. We got like the cold-blooded like reptiles. Then we move on to Gressich, the Jungle Shadow. It's got like a chameleon type, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It looks kind of goofy, and I see that with the fucking Ninja Turtle, dressed up as He-Man on my desk. It just looks a little bit too goofy with like no lore attached to it or nostalgia attached to it. That it's like I'm having a hard time trying to see the appeal to this, man. Now I gotta wonder if anybody in the chat is out there kind of picked any of these up, and what are your guys' thoughts on it, man? Is this something that you want to continue collecting, or is it something that you're kind of content with the figures that you have? And did you pre-order those wanting to collect this line, or just out of curiosity? And because I know when the certain figures hit the market and stuff, you go down your Instagram timeline, and yo, people are on that hot new shit, man. Everybody wants that new flavor, that new hotness. But sometimes I gotta wonder, man, is that about enjoying the actual line or enjoying the figures, or is it more about like just like I said, just after that new hotness, after a little bit of the clout that you get from getting something that nobody else has, I guess. But this is like I don't know. I don't know if this is this is the mood to be going down this line, man, because I'm having a hard time looking finding the appeal to it, man. Let me see what my man NYC says. AWOK is the best in-hand toy line. They give Jada Toys a run for their money. Oh, okay, that's a bold statement. Okay. I said hand candy, bro. Yeah, you think so? Because like to me, it's like they just they look like little kids' toy. Like, would you? I don't know. I don't. There's like I said, it's missing. It's missing like a certain kind of grit to it that like I know they're not gonna give you because that's not the direction they're going in. And then it has like no nostalgia attached to it. So it's like, man, like the goofiness that I can get from like a fucking, a mutagen He-Man, it's like I ain't gonna get it from this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a nobody to me. This is just a nobody. It just looks like a fucking chimpanzee chick. Um this chameleon dude, this doesn't look that cool to me. Like, fun and articulation wise, I'm putting that to the side. Like as far as like what I've seen from them, like move and stuff, like they do look like they can move fairly well and stuff like that. But just like the whole design to them, it just doesn't look like as appealing as I would think another line looks. What's Lick was saying, never got these, probably won't. It says, I'm gonna send you one, dead ass. They move so good, dude. Yeah, but like I said, I don't question that at all. I've seen the move. I've seen what's his name, Jay Hernandez. I've seen the review he did. Forget the name of the guy, Pale, I think it was. And they move really well. Like it looks like they move really well. But like, I think I would just want like a fucking like a chimpanzee to move like that, or more of a gritty type of like looking figure. Because articulation aside, it just doesn't look like something I would want. Like I said, goofiness aside and like bright colors aside, it's like it just doesn't scream at me like it's something I want to get. Like it's just, I don't know, something about it's just it's not hitting the mark for me. If we move on, we got Boone, got a little bit more of a cooler aesthetic going on right here. You got a gun, got a robot arm, so that looks kind of cool. But like I said, man, like what do you do? What are you gonna do with this entire line? It doesn't have any attachment to anything. It's just fun figures. Like shit, fucking Marvel Legends Spider-Man is a fun figure. I could just play with that over this. It's just I don't know, because at the end of the day, this is another line to collect. This is like not something you can kind of just have a couple of. I would think, like if you just have this fucking chameleon in your collection, like that's just super random. Like I don't know. And maybe that's cool. Maybe a lot of people might just like out of curiosity might want to pre-order it, man. I myself am just not one of those people, man. This rabbit looks cool. This rabbit looks really cool, but if you compare this to that fucking Fury Toys, like fucking like Ronin rabbit coming out in a couple of weeks, like which one would you rather get? Which one would you rather spend your money on? My man Kanji or the other one? Keen Hannibal. And this guy, he looks a little bit more gnarly. I think they had this at PowerCon at one of the displays. But I don't know, man. I'm still, the jury's still out for me as far as like this line goes, man. As far as it's like if it's worth collecting or not. And just like the whole going back to the Kickstarter for like another batch, it's just kind of crazy, because even though they are fairly close to their stretch goal, it's like, or to their total goal. It's like, what if it was nowhere near it? Would they just kill the line? Like If they didn't come anywhere near, because I'm pretty sure right here at this right here, if it gets to that 99,000, I'm pretty sure, like I said, this might be just extra money to play everything safe. But let's just say they didn't come anywhere near this 99,000. Will they just axe the line and you're just stuck with wave one? Is that to me would suck. I would hate to see that. You know what I mean? Like I would hate to see that. And I know when the Plunderlings went up for a second Kickstarter, I did go in for the second one because I wanted that big ass typhoon motherfucker. But after that, I don't know. If it didn't happen, I don't know. I thought I was honestly just in shock when it was going up for Kickstarter again because I thought that wave one hit hard. I thought a lot of people caught hype on them. A lot of like looked like BBTS was selling out of a lot of them in and out, in and out. They kept getting restocked. But then after a while, it's like, okay, like shouldn't you use that money to kind of continue your line and not, have to go back to the well? Because like I said, what if it doesn't fund again? What if people lose interest and the people that are stuck with wave one, that's it. Like that's the end of the line. That to me would kind of suck, but obviously it's not gonna happen here. It says I'm gonna send you one dead ass, my man. NYC, you don't have to, bro. I can on like I said, I can honestly order one of these, but it doesn't interest me in the slightest. We move on to the heavy infantry unlocks at 120,000. So different kind of paint jobs on them. This okay. Fair, like fair game right here. This one actually is the one that stood out to me the most. We got Grimes right here. It's like a dog. But then even then, it's like fuck. And like, I wouldn't want just one of these guys, just a random figure. But I think if it fits his goal to kind of make stuff like kind of more appealing to like a younger generation, I feel like he's achieving that. I feel like these would look cool and like for kids to collect, but man, you can go ask. I can go ask all my any nephew, any little cousin, anybody out there, anybody out there. Would they want these? I don't think so, dude. I honestly don't think they would. I honestly don't even think like a lot of kids would prefer a toy over like money or like a video game or something nowadays. It's crazy, or a fucking app or a skin or something. It's hard to tell to get a kid into it, man. Like it's just I don't know. I just don't know, man. And as far as like getting a kid into a line like this, these ain't that cheap. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's no pun, but if it's a lost cause to get a kid this type of figure, man. But I think it would be. I honestly think it would be. I think it would just be for a waste, So I gotta wonder if that's the smartest move on Jason's part to kind of aim this more towards the younger generation, because I just don't see the fan base coming for it, man. And we got Jessa right here. So cat bitch. So yeah, anybody interested in going in for these, man? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on the whole thing, man. Because like I said, not really interested in any of these. Anytime I've seen them, I've just been like, it's cool that there's other toys out there and stuff, and more stuff's getting made all the time. But yeah, sometimes I gotta wonder what people's reasons for collecting certain stuff is. Because I'm just interested in knowing. Like I'm always interested in kind of knowing like what people are into and why they're into them, man. But a lot of the times when I see some of this stuff, I'm always just kind of like wondering, like, are they into it because they really like them, or are they into it just because it's like a hype train going on and they want to get on board? So I don't know. Obviously, you would have to get something in hand to kind of know how it moves, to feel the quality and stuff like that. And I don't question any of that stuff. I just question the why. Why buy this and not something else? But that's just my thoughts on it. Hopefully their line continues to grow and stuff, and like I said, they're already well on their way to getting this funded for wave 2. Currently it's at let me get this right, 94,360. So it went up a little bit while we were talking about it, man. One of you guys was probably like, fuck you, Omar, I'll show you. I'm gonna fucking back all this shit. Yeah, it was probably this guy right here. All in, baby. There you go, NYC. No shame in your game, bro. Nah, like I said, man, and like I said, these are just my opinions on the stuff. That's what this show is. It's just trying to share opinions on like different kind of lines and stuff. I'm a nobody. I'm nobody to anybody just to dictate what people buy, and I'm not here to shit talk people's collections or shit talk people's like buying habits and shit like that. I'm just here talking shit myself, you know. I'm pretty sure I buy a lot of stuff that people would say, look at this idiot, bought a fucking $80 Darth Vader for what? Can't even fucking stand up straight. So it's always just cool to kind of just exchange opinions, exchange ideas and stuff like that. Because I feel like if we all said the same thing about everything, it'd just be such a boring fucking place. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get back on YouTube, because I don't see a lot of this stuff going on YouTube a lot of the times. A lot of the times everything is happy go lucky, everything is great, everything's lovely. When it's like, really, dude, like, okay, I'll take your word for it, but that's not what I converse with other people, you know what I mean? And that's just me trying to keep it 100 right here, man. So like I said, that's not the only toy news we have, and not the only Kickstarter. We have the last figure right here, Horde Assassin, and 260,000 for Raving. So it looks like another faction, I guess. From what I read, it seems like more bird type. So be on the lookout for that. If they're at 94,000, they have 38 days to go to double that, more than double that. So will they get there? It's damn near triple that shit. So will they get there to see this? I don't know. And if they don't, is it Kickstarter 3 around the corner? I don't know. But my man at NYC is all in, so ain't got no worries, bro. But from there, move on to another Kickstarter, man. As you know, Mad Hatter and Ramen Toys are cooking up Flip War, the world's first action figure of a toy flipper. And guys, man, if you think the other Kickstarter was well on its way, this shit right here funded in fucking, as far as I know, record time for a toy tuber to make a toy, man. $100,000 goal, currently at $127,272. 938 backers with 22 days to go. So way overfunded already. If you lock this in, you're well on your way to get it. Figure resembles the origin style figure, MOTU Masters of the Universe origin style, you know, vintage toy line, that classic 5.5 buck. Off of a character that Hatter, I guess, created. I believe his name is what's his name? Flipper Mike, or what the fuck is his name? And yeah, man, he created this character and always talked about it on his live streams, always talked about it on his show. And apparently Ace from Ramen Toy approached him about making this a reality, man. And here we have it. Flip War in action. And this is funny right here, with flipping action. And yeah, man, what are your guys' thoughts on, like, just YouTubers in general get into the action figure toy making business and stuff like that? And do you guys feel like any kind of concerns as far as that goes, or is everything kind of like just all good and dandy, like, you know, backing some of this stuff? Because I know Wade has his stuff funded already for that Odious. Shout out to Shardamus, man. I feel bad for the dude. Almost, I don't want to say that, I don't want to lie. Not getting his shit funded with so many freaking subs to his channel, man. I would think that this guy would have the same kind of pledges going his way, like Hatter did, with a fraction of his subs. But this funded relatively fast, and I have to wonder the same thing, man. Do people really want this in their collection, or is it because they're just a huge fan of Hatter and they want to kind of support the man and stuff like that? Because I myself, like I said, I am a fan of some of the 5.5 stuff, some of the origin stuff. I do have the Eternia playset. I actually thought that I would actually kind of back this. When I first saw it going up, I honestly thought it was a troll. I honestly thought Hatter was trolling people with this shit right here. But as he had to roll out, yeah, it's not a troll, man. $49 action figure. So it is a little bit more expensive than a common Origins, but obviously this is a small production run, small company. I don't even want to call it a company. I mean, it says Hatter Toys on the Kickstarter, but I don't think it's a whole company, man. Right here we have the Flipbot Soldier. So we have a Flipbot. This is a $44 price point. It's like a little army builder that you could kind of add on. Bonus number 1, the cloak and Tarjay unlocked already. So that unlocked fairly fast. Like I said, this thing was well on its way as soon as it launched. So that unlocked right away. Bonus 2 unlocked the Scepter of FOMO, aka the Time Bringer. So yeah, he's got quirky names for a lot of his accessories and some of the lore to it. And I think that's honestly some of the charm to the figure, is that he actually kind of, as goofy as some of this stuff sounds, he actually thought it up fairly well. Like it's not like it's super half baked. Like a lot of the stuff it sounds super half baked, but like there was actually thought put into this stuff where when you look at Street Humans, I don't think there was enough thought in the right kind of area put into that stuff, you know? Yeah, maybe the Street Humans had obviously a more refined form of articulation and Buck style, but I feel like Hatter kind of like honestly took advantage of like his witty humor and obviously Ramen Toys knowing how to produce toys, and I feel like they just like concocted like a perfect Kickstarter, man, because this thing funded so fast. It doesn't look like it's gonna be super complicated to make, as it's a very simple buck. But I don't know. I'm a little bit hesitant at pre-ordering it just because I don't know why the fuck I would. You know what I mean? Like I like Hatter's channel, but I don't know why the fuck I would order this. This is bonus number 3. This is unlock the dreaded Catcha. So this is a little accessory that's going to be added on to your figure, man. No extra charge. Once you pre-order one of these, you get every kind of accessory. But then there are different kind of versions of the figure. So this was the latest unlock. This is the customizers. This is like a artist proof, and then this is a bonus number 5. So this is the Botcha army builder. So it's that little Catcha fucking now like a robot that you could add on. So it's basically like the same molds. It's just kind of like, you know, different kind of paint jobs going on. So it could kind of be like a robot. Same thing with the flip board. So if you back any one of these, you do get all of this right here on the screen. So it's a good amount of stuff. It's not like super scarce in accessories and stuff like that. Has like cool money bags. Obviously, his like flip arm, his scepter, and that little catcher thing. Soft goods cloak. I mean, for what it's worth, it's packed out fairly well, you know. Here it is in color right here. So just the goofiness, honestly, is what kind of is attracting me to kind of want to pre-order it, just because it's so goofy and out there that I don't know, man. At the end of the day, it's goofy and it's fun, and I guess you could apply that to the AWOK stuff. You know, if it's got that toy aesthetic, and that's a good enough reason to order something. You know what I mean? Like or buy something and enjoy it. You know, I honestly just think this dude would look so fucking hilarious in like the Eternia set. Um, and also knowing like origins and like just the pop and swap ability that you can have. One of the early bursts of this figure is actually middle fingers, man. So if you take these middle fingers from this body or from this figure and put it on He-Man, that'll look pretty funny, man. Here we have like his stealth version, so you can order like different versions of them, like I said. So this is like a stealth flip board that honestly I'm not mad at this one right here. This one looks a little bit cooler than the other one. I wouldn't have minded if this was like the main kind of thing. So yeah, this is a stealth flip board. This was also unlocked fairly fast. And then you have the gold flip board. This is also unlocked. And then you have the glow in the dark. So super easy kind of like tiers that, you know, obviously the mold is already there. The book's already there. It's just kind of using different kind of plastic and paint and stuff. Um, and yeah, if you actually back any one of these, since they do come with all the accessories, they're gonna come in that specific color. So if you get the stealth one, it's gonna come with like stealth color accessories, stealth color everything, gold, etc. You know, and glow in the dark, etc. You know, same here. So early bird is the flip the bird middle fingers. I believe this is only if you back it before Monday. So this coming Monday is the last day to kind of lock it in. The kind of weird thing about this early bird is that they don't really charge you Kickstarter until the campaign ends, so you don't get charged until April 1st. So there would be no reason to not back it right now to lock in these middle fingers. You know, if you're even on the fence, it's like this is an easy pre-order because you're not going to get charged right away, and you can still cancel later on. But to me, this was a selling point. I wanted to make sure that I got this. I didn't want to make up my mind before Monday, but yeah, I could obviously just cancel it. But I don't know. I hate having to do extra legwork and stuff when it comes to this type of stuff. I just wish I can make up my mind when I want to, not really being forced through a window. But yeah, early bird. I feel like this is the main selling point, man, for me at least. But like I said, it would have to be for like just the regular skin color. Because yeah, man, you throw that on He-Man, that could look funny, man. That could kind of look pretty freaking hilarious, you know. I don't know so much about these, man. I wish he would have made offered like different kind of colors, it kind of aligned more with like some of the MOTU characters, like blue middle fingers for like Skeletor. That would have been cool, but maybe if you get like the artist proof one, maybe you could just kind of paint them. I don't imagine it to be too hard because it's just a solid fucking hand. And then also part of this whole thing is that yeah, he's actually working on making this a line. So it says right here on the Kickstarter, if the Flip War campaign succeeds, we intend to expand his dastardly world of scum and villainy. That's right. Flip War is only the first part of our new line titled Champions of Nefarity. Yes, you heard it right. The Champions of Nefarity, aka the Con line, is going to kick off with Flip War. If all goes well, we have plans to give you every type of scumbag, deviant, and near doer, well, that ever darkened the toy collector's doorstep. We've gone above and beyond to make Flipboard action figure meet those standards you have come to expect. The added bonus of customizable options. So yeah, apparently he's kind of working on an entire line to this, man. It's not just gonna be a one-time thing, So that's kind of cool, I guess. For what it's worth. I hope his imagination is good enough to kind of keep coming up with different characters, But I thought this whole thing was kind of goofy at first. Like I said, I honestly thought it was a troll move on his part. But man, dude, it looked like the perfect storm for this Kickstarter was going on, man, because this thing funded so fast. And like I said, man, I think I could attribute that to like his personality and like his sense of humor and like the way he approaches his fan base, I guess. You know what I mean? He's kind of known as like this kind of character type. I mean, this is the character he created, but he's kind of known as like this like funny type of guy, So I feel like that added to it, and it added to the fun factor of the toy. Knowing that this is like a Mad Hatter's creation and knowing his personality, it just added to the goofiness and I guess the toy aesthetic and the toy nature to this. Like I said, I'm still on the fence on whether I want to back it, but if I do, probably have to do it for Monday. And if I miss those middle fingers, I'd definitely be out on it, man. But what are your guys' thoughts, man? Are you guys on board with more of these YouTubers making toys? And if not, why so? And if yes, is it because you're interested in the actual action figure, or is it because you're interested in like just supporting someone that you're a fan of when it comes to like YouTube and all this stuff right here, man? Because like I said, this isn't the first, and I don't foresee this being the last toy tube Kickstarter, man. I feel like a lot more people are going to start to see this after this funded so quickly as an opportunity to kind of put their foot through the door, and maybe make a toy line or an action figure. I know that a lot of people say that's my dream is to do that. Hey man, sometimes you got to work hard for your dreams to kind of come true. And I don't want to say that the Hatter didn't, but like I said, I feel like this was like the perfect storm to kind of make this happen. I don't think he really had this like vision or this dream in mind to kind of do it. I think it just kind of fell at his doorstep. By adding to it though throughout all of his live streams and always kind of meshing in this character, I feel like Ace from Ramen Toy kind of wanted to make it a reality. I think he was just a fan of the lore or from what he heard, and I thought he could make a fun toy, and I feel like that's what they're doing here, man. So if you guys are interested, man, let me know, man. Let me know if you guys are going in for any of these Kickstarters and stuff, and just what are your thoughts on it, man? Are you guys backing this stuff because you guys are a fan of it, of the figure, or because you just guys kind of just want to support, man? Because honestly, for me, it would be because I'm a fan of this like Flip War figure. As goofy as it looks, I feel like it would be fun to kind of own and stuff like that, But like I said, still up for debate whether I'm going to go in for it or not. What's my man A saying? Congrats to Hatter. That Target cloak is hilarious. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that is a Target cloak. That's fucking funny. He said, I'll end up backing Hatter pretty soon. Yeah. And like I said, you probably got to make your decision before that freaking early bird ends, man, because like that to me was a huge selling point, was the middle fingers. And when I first saw it go up, I was like, oh, see that middle fingers? That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. That's a cool gag, But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I like Hatter and all that stuff, but it would honestly be an unnecessary purchase on my end, man. Yeah, it's only $50 plus shipping. It's not overly expensive, and it does come with a fair amount of stuff, but like, do I need it? Is it something I really need? Not really, man. Will saying, he said, this is hilarious, but not for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you can enjoy it, but it might not be for you, man. I feel like I'm more leaning towards that. Pop that head on a Mexico style body. What are you talking about? Oh, that dog or something? Can I pet that dog? A lot of Kickstarters going on right now, kind of crazy. Yeah, like I said, this is a Flipboard, and then we got fucking the AWOK for some fucking crazy reason. Like that, I don't understand why that's a Kickstarter, but man, there they are. I'm gonna send you one. They're back to the old comment. Let's see. Yeah, looks like a lot of people are kind of on the fence on it a little bit, man. Maybe leaning towards getting it like myself, man. But like I said, I'm really kind of not trying to just make stupid purchases this year, man. Like a lot of the stuff that I kind of sold through earlier on or later in the year last year, it's just kind of stuff that I kind of looked at like, man, why did I buy this? Is something I wanted to collect, or what was the reason behind it, man? But now I'm trying to dissect my purchases a lot better, because some of the times you're buying stuff and man, you want to sell it kind of almost right away, or you don't really find any joy in it, man. So I don't know if this falls in that category, but it's definitely something that I definitely don't need. And if I didn't have, I don't think I would feel FOMO, so it's like, maybe just don't buy it, maybe just save that for something else, that you might really be interested in. But guys, that's all I have for the show, man. A solid 2-hour show. I want to thank everybody that joined me for this episode. Like I said, man, still trying to figure out a correct or a set date and time for it. I kind of like that Thursday slot. I really liked it, man. I liked it, but the only thing I didn't like is that, man, I had to go to work after that. So it was a fucking long Friday. But yo, like I said, I do want to, my intention is to kind of continue to grow this channel and stuff. And I want to stay consistent and at least doing a show a week. But right now I'm just still trying to figure out a specific date and time for it, man. I do kind of like the 7 p.m. time. But I'm not 100% sure if I'm set on Saturdays, man. I do like doing other stuff on like Saturday evenings now. And like today, it was just like the only day that I could have gotten out. And like I said, I do want to stay consistent with it. I don't want to take any kind of breaks right now, anytime soon. So bear with me, man, as I roll that stuff out. But guys, man, I do want to thank everybody again. And yo, man, everybody, like I said, man, I'm not here to shit on your guys' collection or shit on what you guys are buying and stuff like that. I'm only here to kind of talk about the releases of the week and stuff, and know what your guys' thoughts are, man. Because like we all collect different stuff, we all kind of see different things, we all buy stuff for different reasons and collect stuff for different reasons. Like shit, I was giving my man Wavy a hard time with that goddamn Deathstroke figure, but I know he's a great photographer and he can definitely have a lot more fun and use out of that figure than I would, so it's different perspectives going on all the time. But all you guys are awesome, man, and I really enjoy kind of chatting with you guys. And yo, I'll catch you guys next week, man. You guys take care of yourselves. All right, peace.